And welcome to the SAC. Mondo the Monster Medina, along with former UTEP quarterback Mike Bettis, as we're getting ready for a huge game here in District 168. It is the Eastlake Falcons taking on the home team today, the Pebble Hill Spartans. And as we come into the booth, Mike, this is going to be a tremendous game. The winner of this game will have at least a share of the district championship. I thought it was straight up a district. Let me just that for you, brother, real quick. And I thought they would straight up get the district championship, but that's not how it works. Like, because there's still a situation. Let's say whoever wins this game, they might lose next week, and then it's vice versa. Then they would share. So, but nonetheless, whoever wins this game, and if they do end up getting a share of the district championship, will probably host a game in the playoffs 2 weeks from today. So, Mike, let's not waste any time. Let's get to your keys to the game, brought to you by Sergio Lewis Body Shop. What are the keys today, my man?
Well, Mondo, this is going to be an excellent game. First of all, I'm looking for both teams to score well. But obviously, if Eastlake's going to have a chance, they're going to have to slow down Quarles. Yep. You're not going to stop him completely, but they're definitely going to have to find a way to slow him down. And then Mondo's going to come down to turnovers. Whoever has the least amount of turnovers to keep the other offense off the field, that's who's going to win the game. And I could see one of the kickers coming in and deciding this at the very end, Mondo. That's what I'm feeling tonight.
And, of course, the Pebble Hill Spartans do have a couple of weapons there. They got Michael Malucci there, and you told me right away that, hey, I think Malucci might have something to do with it. So it's going to be a huge game here at the SAC. We're about to get underway here in a couple of seconds. We'll take a break. After the break, Isaac Gonzalez had an opportunity to speak to both coaches, so we'll have that. You're watching Friday Night Football right here on EP Sports Network.
A honey butter high five, a crispy chicken championship, a home-style biscuit ballyhoo. That's how the Whataburger honey butter chicken biscuit do. Sweet, saucy, crispy, juicy, flaky, buttery, perfect. In your hands, in your belly, in your dreams. Because sometimes the best way to start your morning is also the best way to end your night. Night should end with breakfast. Open 24/7 with breakfast served 11 p.m. to 11 a.m.
How do I pick a body shop?
When selecting a body shop to repair your vehicle, the last thing you want to do is worry about scams. At Sergio Lewis Body Shop, we offer lifetime warranty and we honor all insurance estimates.
What do I need to watch out for?
Be careful with telemarketers who will promise you the moon. With almost 40 years in business, we are committed to you, the customer. And remember, it's your choice by law, not the insurance company on where you want to take your vehicle.
All right, hello, Coach. It's a big game this week. How did you feel about practice, and how do you feel about your team going into this game?
We're very confident. We had a great week of practice. Kind of excited since Monday, so I know they're ready to.
That's good, Coach. And what do you think the keys to victory are in this game?
Same one for last week. Defensively, we stopped 4 last week. We got to stop 8. Make them throw the ball.
All right, Coach, big game this week. How did you feel about practice, and how do you feel about your team going into this game?
You know, I thought we had a great week of practice. You know, going into this team, we try not to build it up too much. I don't want the kids playing tight. I don't want them playing to lose. I want them playing to win. So we just let them know, you know, it's no different than any other district game. We just got to come out. We just got to execute what we've been working on and worry about what we can control.
That's good, Coach. And what do you think the keys to victory are in this game?
You know, I think number one is going to be physicality. I think if we can establish the physicality of the game that we like to play at, it puts them in a difficult position. Other than that, I think it's just going to be fundamentals. Protecting the football is the biggest one.
Sun City Wynn Nelson, a residential and commercial plumbing supply wholesaler. Visit us at 7179 Copper Queen Drive in El Paso, Texas. or call us at 915-532-1600. Sun City, Win Nelson. Excellence through service. Free estimates, affordable payments, all credit scores accepted. 0% interest with no money down on approved credit. 10 years parts and labor warranty. Call or text us today at 915-704-0234. EP Omega Air Conditioning. You can count on us to fix any issue with your HVAC system. Call 915-704-0234 today.
And welcome to the SAC. As you see, we're standing there. It is. Mondo the Mastrodina, along with Julian Medina and my man Isaac Gonzalez. No relation to Julian, but that's what they say. But maybe we are. Who knows? I mean, in a different world, it might be his uncle, might be his Theo. Nonetheless, we're here for this big, tremendous game, Mike. Like I said, a share of the District 1-6A championship between the Pebble Hill Spartans and the Eastlake Falcons. I am super excited about this game.
Man, Mondo, I can't imagine how the kids and the coaches and everybody's feeling, because at the start of the season, this is exactly what you want, to control your own destiny. Come in a game like this where if you win, you know you've got at least a share of the district titles. This is a big game for both schools, both coaching staffs, both sides, parents, friends, and everybody. So it should be a barn burner tonight. And
no doubt there. And, of course, you have been in this situation before when you played high school many moons ago. I mean, I'm not going to say how many moons, brother, but nonetheless.
A lot of moons, Mom.
You have played in high-pressure situations, of course, when you were the quarterback of the UTEP Miners as well. But this is a game that these young men are going to remember for the rest of their lives. Of course, for the Pebble Hill Spartans, it is senior night here tonight, so they're looking to try to get a victory here. For the Eastlake Falcons, they're trying to themselves get a victory as well. That's something they can never take away from you when you win at least a share of a district championship.
Yeah, Mondo, that goes on your Letterman jacket.
Yep.
You'll always remember it. It's in the yearbook. 20 years later, when you go to your 20th reunion, you talk about that, and this is a big night for both of these teams. So let's see who comes out triumphant, and should be interesting.
And we are underway here, and the kick is taking it about the 14 and still going. And look out now, we might have some action early going at the 50, 40, 31 man to beat, and I can't believe it. We're going to have but we do have a penalty on the play. A kickoff return for a touchdown, but there is a flag. That's an Audi touchdown. But there is a flag, the dreaded flag, and of course that's one of the keys of the game. Like, you got to get rid of the penalties, the mistakes, and we'll wait and see.
Yeah, Mondo, it looked like a block in the back, which, probably with the bobble, somebody got by somebody and then it's reacted late. And that's what you have. But one heck of a return.
So unfortunate. You're correct, Mike.
Yep.
So a block in the back negates an opening kickoff for a touchdown. Unfortunate there for the Pebble Hill Spartans there, Mike.
And I saw the block live, Mondo. It wasn't much, but it was towards the back end of the left side of the defender, so you've got to call it. And unfortunately for Pebble Hills, they're going to be backed up here to start the first possession.
So a missed opportunity for the Pebble Hill Spartans to start this game with an exciting spark. And now the Eastlake Falcons, they got to know, hey, we got to do a better job covering the kickoff returns. that special teams crew for Eastlake just woke up. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, you talk about going from the worst possible start to, okay, we got them backed up and we got a second chance to breathe here.
So we are ready here to go for the Pebble Hill Spartans. Of course, Fernandez, the quarterback, and almost the ball is going to pass, and it'll be caught. And good yardage there, about 6 yards there, and that was trying to see the number one more time. That was number 2. I believe that was Sebastian Caparajal with the catch there, Mike.
Yeah, he just caught a little, what we talk about, these run extensions, a little wide receiver screen, Mondo, and got a nice positive gain of about 8 yards. Good way to start. Good way to get Fernandez in rhythm and give him something to get warm on.
Second down and 2. And this time, Fernandez keeps it, and that'll be enough for a Rhino first down. Good pickup there for the Pebble Hill Spartans.
Yeah, they're they are going to key on Quarles the whole time. So I would make Fernandez pull and try to get his as much as you can. And that's probably what you're going to see the Eastlake defense do most of the night.
Trips to the near side for Fernandez. This time, Quarles gets his first carry, and he is quickly wrapped up and actually will lose a yard there, Mike.
Yep.
Good job by that Falcon defense there. I believe that is number 90, and that is Chris Munoz with the tackle.
Mondo, that was a read. It was definitely missed by the quarterback because he kept it around left edge. There was nobody there. But not quite sure if that was an RPO or not, but really good job the defensive end running Quarles down for a negative gain.
So that'll make it 2nd down and 11. Hernandez quickly passes, and it is caught there. And that'll be close to another 1st down, depending on the market. And I believe that will be a 1st down. And Sebastian Cabral with the reception there, Mike.
Yep, real nice, easy pitch and catch there. And it's going to be imperative for Fernandez and his receivers to also get involved in this offense because that they're keying on the running back Quarles. So it's going to be good to see this early from the Spartan offense that they're getting out the ball to their wideouts.
Twin receivers on each side for Fernandez. He hands it off to Quarles, and Quarles spins, and he'll gain about 3 yards on that carry. So he's 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, you see, a lot of purple helmets around the ball, and that's what you expect to see all night long. So it's nice. It's a good thing to see these other players get involved early, Fernandez and these receivers, to kind of soften up the middle belly of the Falcon defense.
First drive of the game for Pebble Hills. Remember, they had a opening kickoff return for a touchdown called back because of a penalty. Fernandez keeps it, scrambles, does not fool the Eastlake defense, and that was number 27, Fernando Morales, with a stop.
Yeah, real good job of Fernando Morales, and then also Chris Garcia, one of their awesome safeties they have coming up and finishing off the run. But, Mondo, that's exactly what you've got to do. You've got to make Fernandez or somebody else beat you with that running game. And if they're going to RPO, take Quarles out of it and let everybody try to tackle Fernandez or whoever's back there.
3rd down and long coming up here for Pebble Hill. Strips to the far side. Fernandez looks left, throws left, and it is going to be incomplete. That was short, so the Eastlake Falcon defense does its job, and I'm assuming that Coach Warner's going to kick it here.
Yeah, I mean, you exactly what you got to do. You got to make Fernandez in that, throwing game or passing game get involved and make them beat you. And that they did a good job this drive and got off the field, and now they get to put their potent offense on the field.
But think about this. Think about how this game started. It was a opening kickoff return for the touchdown, but because of a penalty, it's called back. And now, look at that's a low snap, too, hit the ground. And Eastlake should have it in good position to the 40 and all the way close to midfield. That's where the Eastlake Falcons will start. So both special teams have stuff to work on on this first opportunity for them.
Mondo, Chris Garcia is a very capable returner for the Falcons. We've seen him take one of the house earlier during the season, and he's very dangerous. And he does a really good job of fielding the punts. He's not going to let something bounce and take a favorable bounce for the defense. So he came up, made the catch, and actually got very positive yards. To start at midfield for your first possession that's fantastic field position. So really good.
And let's see what the Eastlake Falcons can do. Luke Lomeli, the quarterback, of course, he will keep it himself, goes to the left side. He's got running room. He has a slide. Let's see if we're going to give him the 1st down. Yep, that'll be enough for a Rhino 1st down for the Eastlake Falcons. And now here comes the quick tempo offense, Mike.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Lomeli keeping it on that RPO and got enough for the 1st down.
And once again, he keeps it himself, and he's going to start running again, and he'll go out of bounds, but he'll still pick up 5 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 coming up for Eastlake.
He's really shifty. He doesn't look like he's blazing fast, but he just makes people miss. Sidesteps one guy and did enough to get 5 yards and still keep his offense ahead of the chains, which is a really good thing.
Ball at the 35-yard line of the Spartans. First drive for the Falcons. Twin receivers on each side. Galindo to the right, and Galindo does get the football to the left. He's got a Rhino 1st down and much, much more. That's a gain of 10. Good run. Good job by. Always got to give props to the offensive lineman. If you don't open the holes, it don't matter who's back there. You're not going to be able to do anything.
You're 100% right, Mondo, and it's good to see Galindo and that run game kind of start out because they're going to need to be balanced to stay ahead of this Pebble Hills defense.
First down at the 25. This time, he decided to keep himself was Fernandez. They're kind of careful because those are the type of plays where you end up fumbling the ball because, they were running together, and then he kept it.
Yeah, Loma Lee was trying to pull it, and looked like Galindo had clamped down, and Loma Lee just held on to it for dear life. It actually got 4 yards, which isn't bad.
So he's second down at 6 coming up. And now Galindo shifts to the left of Loma Lee. And now he shifts to the wide receiver spot. Throwing to the right side, and it'll be incomplete. The intended receiver was number 16. That's Jorge Ramirez.
Yeah, look at that ball was in the air for a long time, and that safety finally was able to come off the hash for the Spartans, and then was able to break up the pass. But, still third and favorable here, so we're good.
Third down and 6 coming up here for Eastlake. Trips to the far side. Quarterback option, gives it to Galindo. Galindo will be close depending where they spot it. And it'll be...
And he's right at the
sticks. So it's going to be fourth down and about 1.
Mm-hmm.
So the big decision, and Coach Ruben Rodriguez is going for it. They quickly go, and Galindo will easily have a Rhino first down for the Eastlake Falcons.
Yeah, that was just quick tempo, get up and get set before the defense had a real time to figure out what was going on, and they had the first down probably before the defense was even set.
Good-looking drive so far for Eastlake on their first drive of this game. Trips to the near side for Loma Lee. Looks to the sidelines. They might be changing the play. Galindo to his right. Gets it. Quarterback option. Gives it to Galindo. Galindo inside the 10 to about the 8 to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, we saw Eastlake have a lot of success with this play last week. And obviously they've scouted this pretty well, so their linebackers are able to scrape down and make a nice stop there for a minimal gain. But, again, Mondo, red zone, that's going to be an important factor. Now, you've got to get touchdowns when you're in there. If you're going to play a high-scoring game against Pebble Hills, and you've got to get 6 points every time.
Second down. This time he's going to pass, and he just passed it too far ahead for his intended receiver there. That's the type of throw that he wishes he'd have back.
Yeah, you saw he was wide open. He probably could have had a chance to get into the end zone if we completed that, or they completed that. And it's one of those where you don't have time really to set your feet, so you're just making a throw, and you just got to be an athlete and make the throw. And unfortunately that time, which Loma Lee does most of the time, complete those, he just missed him a little bit wide outside to the left.
I'm assuming they're going to go for on fourth down as well, so they don't have to get it all here. Loma Lee fakes it. Here comes the pressure by the Spartans. Passes this time. He connects and will be 2 yards short of the first down. So it'll be a fourth down, and I would say about maybe 2 or 3 for Eastlake.
Yeah, Mondo, that was a really nice play by the cornerback coming up, I believe. That was Jonathan Martinez out there on the side.
And here they go quickly all the way down to the 1. Touchdown. That's a touchdown. So the Eastlake Falcons, score an Audi El Paso touchdown very quickly. They haven't caught me napping there. And just like that, it is 6-0.
Yeah, really impressive drive there by Eastlake. They just kind of started with the run. Remember last week, Bono, they threw like 5 passes in a row on the first possession. Now this time it was 5 runs in a row. So really good job of mixing everything up. They got it in for a touchdown and a great way to start the game.
The extra point is up, and it is good. So we'll take a break at 7-0. Eastlake over Pebble Hills. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
At El Paso Children's Hospital, we embrace the spirit of our community and the promise of every child's potential. Here, we believe in the power of possibilities by providing a place of hope and healing. By doing things differently, we're making the impossible possible with a dedicated commitment to excellent patient outcomes, especially those most complex. El Paso Children's Hospital, created by El Pasoans for generations.
915 Tours, making dreams come true. Find the best tour for you. Visit 915tours.com.
And welcome back to the SAC as the Eastlake Falcons have driven all the way after getting tremendous field position at about their own 49-yard line. They drove in a couple of plays, and Luke Loma Lee with a touchdown run, and just like that, it is 7-0. Remember, this game started with a opening kickoff touchdown by the Pebble Hill Spartans that was called back. Let's see what happens here. This time they're not going to kick it all the way down there, but still to about the 39-yard line. But still, Mike, it's something that you look at how everything changes very quickly at the drop of a dime.
Well, you talk about momentum just changing completely. You know, you take the penalty back, you stop Pebble Hills on the first possession, you get the ball back, you go down and score. I mean, it went from disastrous to just exactly what you could possibly want for the Eastlake Falcons right now.
And let's see how the Eastlake Falcon defense can respond after making a stop. And now let's see how that offense, Pebble Hill's offense, something tells me they're going to feed the ball more to Quarles in this particular drive. And that's exactly what they do. Quarles has got a couple of blockers, picks up about 3 yards. So it'll be a 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, Mondo, all 11 helmets were around the ball that time, and that's what you're going to see. I mean, you know, Eastlake fights and hustles to the ball, so I would expect nothing less, but it'd be a good thing to start getting Quarles really involved in this and get him going.
They're going to have to get him going if they're going to have a chance here, and, of course, that's what Coach Rodriguez talked about when he spoke to Isaac Gonzalez. They got to stop number 8. And number 8 does get the football. This time he's got some running room, breaks the corner, and that'll be enough for a Rhino 1st down. And now they're in Falcon territory.
Just like that kid's dangerous. Anytime you got somebody who can take it to the house on one play, you got to try to put it in his hands as many times as possible. It's a great thing to get your great players the ball often and as you know, put them in good positions.
Fernandez once again actually keeps the ball. He's going to scramble. He's in trouble, and he will at least gain 1 yard. So what looked like a disaster, Fernandez still gets a 1st down with his forward momentum.
Yeah, it didn't look like a busted play there, or he might have missed the RPO again. But, once he pulled it, he had a bunch of Falcons waiting for him, and he did the smart thing, got straight north and south, and was able to gain 1 yard, Mondo.
Once again, both of these teams come into this game undefeated in district play, 4-0. Whoever wins this game wins at least a share of the District 1-6A championship. They still have one more game each. We'll talk about that in a couple of seconds. Fernandez gets it this time, gives it to Quarles. Quarles looking for some blockers, and he will only get 1 yard. So a 3rd down and 8 coming up, Mike.
Yeah, that was there was not a whole lot of room to run. He was going side to side, and a really nice play by Matthew Medas, number 22, one of the linebackers for the Falcons. Shedded his blocker, came on and met Quarles about a yard, just past the line of scrimmage, and was able to bring him down for a 1 yard gain.
3rd down and 8 for Pebble Hills. Fernandez gets it. Play action. Roll to the right. Here comes the pressure. Passes, and it'll be incomplete. They're actually going to say he caught it, and that a tremendous catch by Sebastian Carvajal. And
1st down, Mondo.
As he caught that, it looked like it was close to the ground, but nonetheless, there's no instant replay here in high school sports. So whatever the official rules, that's it.
It was a low throw by Fernandez, but Carvajal did a good job of getting his hands underneath the ball and kind of cradled it in and didn't have to get the 1st down.
A big play by the Pebble Hill Spartans. Fernandez, high snap there. He gives it to Quarles. Quarles breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, breaks 3, and he's still going. That'll be a Rhino 1st down. What a tremendous run by Zarian Quarles.
Again, I mean, he just had a little bit of space to that line, had some bumps, and once he gets into that secondary, it's really hard. But again, it was Dominic Soto that made that stop. Had he not, that would have been a big-time touchdown there for Quarles.
Once again, another high snap. Quarles has it, tries to bounce off to the outside, but he cannot. This time the Falcon defense stops him, I believe, for no gain.
Yeah, those number 90, Chris Munoz, did a good job of shedding his tackle right at the line of scrimmage and was able to make a nice play on Quarles there for no gain, like you said, Mondo.
2:30 already left to go in this first quarter, a fast-moving first quarter. This is Pebble Hill's 2nd possession of this game. Fernandez gets it, keeps it himself, runs to the right side, and only a gain of 1 yard. But I don't mind this because eventually they're setting up the pass with the play action.
Yeah, that was Chris Garza, their other outstanding safety for Eastlake, coming up and making that play. But you're exactly right. They're going to lull you to sleep, and this run game is going to open things up later on, and that's what you want to do. But at the same time, you got to remember, you've got to score because Eastlake is very capable of putting points up on the board. Important down here, Mondo. 3rd and about 9, and the defense is a definite advantage. It's about 30-70 as to a conversion rate of who's going to get it, and usually the defense is 70% to come off the field.
Fernandez has got time. Here comes the defense. He has to scramble. He passes, and it'll be caught. No, it'll be dropped. It looked like he had it, but as he was coming down, he couldn't hold on to the ball. That was Julian Vasquez. That was a valiant effort, just couldn't bring it in. So a 4th down, and I believe we're going to see Mr. Malucci, Michael Malucci, attempt a field goal.
Mondo, that was my favorite safety. Number 2 coming out and drawing that ball.
Dominic Soto.
He arrived at the same time and did a really good job of punching that thing out of there. Nice job by Dominic Soto, making a big play for his Falcon defense there.
So here comes Michael Malucci, the sophomore, who has got a leg. And we're going to have, I believe, a timeout called by Coach Ryan Warner of the Pebble Hill Spartans, as it looked like it was close to be a delay of game there.
Oh, they gave him the timeout.
Yep,
The flag did come off from the back judge, so they granted the Spartans the timeout before the penalty, so that's a good.
And that's a huge, because if they would have given the penalty, more likely they'd have to go for it.
And it might take them out of field goal range, Mondo, because you're looking right now, I mean, that's a 40-yarder. So if it backs it up, you're looking at 45 yards. You know, that's a lot to ask of old Michael Malucci. Mm-hmm.
Of course, has a tremendous leg. We saw him last week hit a couple. So as we talked about it, the Pebble Hill Spartans come in, both these teams come in with the exact same record, 5-3, 4-0 in district play. Pebble Hills beat Socorro last week, 55-26. Eastlake beat Franklin, the game we did last week, 21-14. So let's see. Here we go. Michael Malucci trying to get at least a field goal on this second drive for the Pebble Hill Spartans.
Mondo, he was hitting them pregame from 40 yards pretty easily, so I know he's got the distance. Let's see if he's got the accuracy to put this through.
There's the snap. There's the kick, and it is good. So Michael Malucci with a big field goal for the Pebble Hill Spartans, and it is now 7-3. We will take a break. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
Free estimates, affordable payments, all credit scores accepted. 0% interest with no money down on approved credit. 10 years parts and labor warranty. Call or text us today at 915-704-0234. EP Omega Air Conditioning. You can count on us to fix any issue with your HVAC system. Call 915-704-0234 today.
And welcome back to the SAC, as Michael Malucci has added 3 points for the Pebble Hill Spartans, first points of the game. And I'm not going to lie to you, Mike, when you have a weapon like that, that is tremendous, because all the games that we have done here at the SAC and other places, that's the first time I've seen a coach actually have the – I know it's no disrespect, but it is what it is, that the coach has the confidence in having this kicker kick it from that distance.
Well, like I told you, Mondo, I went down there and was watching because I kind of had a feeling that the kick is going to be made here to determine this game. So I was watching Michael Malucci, and he was hitting him really easy from 40 yards, and that could be the difference in the game. So let's just mark that and see if that comes to fruition.
So it's 7-3, and let's see what Eastlake can do on their second drive. They scored a touchdown on the first one. Kickoff is taken in. Still going is Junior Trotman, and Trotman is to midfield. So for the second drive in a row, the Eastlake Falcons will start in very favorable position there, as Junior Trotman took it about 50 yards.
Field position is so important, Mondo. I mean, you look at here, you're given this potent offense, and there's a flag that we didn't see back at the 30. You can see him huddling up.
And you can see one of the Eastlake coaches is hot about it, so probably going to be a block in the back or a hold. So once again, a tremendous kick return will be called back. And it's a holding. So once again, it'll be at the spots where it was where the holding penalty took place. So instead of starting at the 50, let's see. So they're saying it took place at the 30, so they're going to go back. So they're going to start at the 20-yard line. about the 19-yard line. So, but big 30-yard difference. That's a 30-yard difference in the penalty there, Mike.
30 yards is big, Mondo. It changes field possession, or your second possession now. Instead of starting on that side of the field, you're backed up now, and you've got to get going here.
So now we've seen two penalties, a penalty each on their kickoff returns that have negated tremendous plays. Trips to the near side for Loma Lee. Now he adjusts. Trotman in motion. Loma Lee keeps it. He's going to run it himself, and he slides after he picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, Loma Lee's really good about seeing what he can get, and he just gets down. He doesn't really take a crushing hit, but he does enough to figure it out. I mean, it's a good gain of 4.5 yards on a first down play.
And, Mike, believe it or not, we're under 1 minute to go in this first quarter.
It's moving fast, Mondo.
This is barely their second possession of this game for Eastlake. And it's a fumble on the snap. Lomley trying to get rid of it very wisely, passes it. And that is just a heads-up play by Luke Lomley. And that is what experience teaches you, Mike.
Yeah, Mondo, you can't ask for a quarterback to do anything. I mean, he was within the pocket, so he had to make sure that there was a receiver out there so they don't call intentional grounding. And there was. He had a receiver out on the – but that's knowing your formation and where people are. So he did a really good job. Two things, picking up that fumble and finding his receiver, chucking it out of bounds, living to fight another day. If they convert here, Mondo, that'd be a play we can remember as the game moves on.
Now Loma Lee looks to the sidelines. Plenty of time left to go on the play clock, about 20 seconds. Trotman in motion. And now another receiver in motion, so trips to the near side. Quarterback option, gives it to Galindo. Galindo will have enough for a Rhino first down and much, much more all the way to about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's a really good setup there, Mondo. They motion one receiver back. He sets up. They bring the other guy in motion, and they turn it upfield. They run the whole secondary run support out, and it's an easy lead option off of that end, and there's nobody there. Really good execution.
Empty set. Loma Lee looking to pass. He's got all sorts of time, passes, and he felt the pressure.
Yeah, and roughing the passer. I'm sorry, Mondo.
Yes. Oh. No, anytime you see something like that, don't be afraid to interrupt me, brother. So, that's going to be a roughing the passer. So, a big penalty on the Spartans there, Mike.
Yeah, I think 55 for the Spartans came in and just got a little bit. That's Jalen Pata. And it hit him maybe a half step late, Bondo. It wasn't terrible, but as soon as he got pushed, you saw the three coaches from Eastlake jump onto the field, and Loma Lee jumped up as well. So you kind of knew that the flag was coming, and sure enough, they called it.
And I know emotions are high, but at the same time, you got to think about the magnitude of this game. Well, how big all these penalties are.
Mondo, here you go again. Remember we talked about Loma Lee making that heads-up play on second down. Look where you're at now. You're right back where that kick was and ready to continue this drive.
Got quads to the near side. Does Loma Lee. Gives it to Galindo. Galindo pushes, and he's still up and running, and he'll pick up 5 yards. That is a tremendous run there by Galindo. Never gave up.
That's just a tough run, Mondo. I mean, the kid knows how to finish drives. He finishes runs really, really well. I know he's not the biggest guy, but, man, he just puts his head down and gets what he can, and I think there's going to be a time the end of the first quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter. So after one, it is Eastlake 7, Pebble Hills 3. You're watching Friday Night Football right here on EP Sports Network.
This is what a made-to-order Whataburger looks like. 100% fresh beef on a hot grill, sizzling away. Actually, this will take just a minute. Whataburger, just like you like it. Okay, now your Whataburger's ready. You ordered it, then we made it with fresh ingredients. Know why? It just tastes better that way. Whataburger, just like you like it.
915 Tours, making dreams come true. Find the best tour for you. Visit 915tours.com.
And welcome back to the SAC. Mondo the Monster Medina, along with former UTEP quarterback Mike Bettis, Julian Medina, and Isaac Gonzalez as we start this second quarter as the Pebble Hill Spartans trail by 3 by a score of 7-3 to the Eastlake Falcons. Believe it or not, this is barely the second drive for the Falcons, and they're going to give it to Galindo, and Galindo will make it a 3rd down and 2 coming up, Mike.
Yeah, once again, Mondo, he there was a defensive end coming at him, and he just avoided him and fell forward. Instead of getting it for no gain, he fell forward for about 2 yards, which may not seem important, but 3rd and 2 is a lot easier to convert than 3rd and 5.
Lomeli's got trips to the far side, and this time a different running back, and that is number 25, Damian Sainz. Did they give it to him? Nope, it'll be 4th down and 1.
Yeah, the official on the Eastlake side had him ahead of the sticks, and then the official on this side, on the Pebble Hill side, marked him about a full yard short.
So a big 4th down and 1 coming up here for Eastlake. Sainz is still the running back. Lomeli will give it to Sainz. He breaks the corner, and wait, we're going to have a false start, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, you had all 4 receivers out, 3 receivers out there, 4 of them just moving around and weren't completely set. And Lomeli snapped the ball before their guys got set, so they had to call that.
And unfortunate there for Eastlake.
Yeah, you got to. This is tough because now you go, 4th and 1, which probably the books has to go for it. Now you get to 4th and 6. That's a much different story.
But if you don't make it, you're going to give the momentum to the Pebble Spartans, who are going to probably do some type of big play. So a huge play coming up here, 4th down and 6.
No hesitation, man. They went right out there.
Eastlake going for it, trips to the far side. Lomeli. And he's going to draw him offside, so he's got a free play. And Lomeli still is just going to throw it out of bounds because he knew he had a free play. So he did his job. He got the hard counts and drew the defense offsides. So it's back to the 4th and 1.
No, but you remember, Mondo, last week he did that to Eastwood.
To Franklin.
I'm sorry, about 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
And you got to know, because if you scouted that hole, you probably did about a full 10-minute period on that. Hey, we're gonna play snap count here. Let's not jump off sides. And here you go, the first opportunity you had. It was a really good job of doing the cadence for Lomeli. And now you're looking at that 4th and 1 again. Much easier down and distance to gain for the offense.
Damian Sainz is still the running back for. And this time Sainz gets it, and he is not going to get that 1st down as that Pebble Hills defense makes a huge stop.
Oof.
That play had no chance whatsoever, Mike.
Yeah, it looked like they were in the huddle with him and knew exactly what was coming, because that weak side linebacker shot through their Mondo and met Sainz before he even touched the ball, just about.
So a big play by the Pebble Hills defense. It's a turnover on downs, as Mike, as you like to call it. It's still a turnover.
Still a turnover. Yep, and you gave up really good field position there to Pebble Hills, and
also that gives the whole team a big spark after you make a big play like that. Let's see if Pebble Hills can take advantage of that here. Hernandez gets it, gives it to Quarles. Quarles picks up about 3 yards on that carry. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, you can tell everybody's just keen on him for that Falcon defense, but you still got to get the ball to him, because he can break tackles, and he gets in your secondary, he's going to take it to the house.
Well, I saw it last week. Well, they're playing Socorro, it looked like they were going to stop, and all of a sudden he kicks the 2nd gear, and he is gone. That's how explosive Quarles is. 2nd down and 7 here. Little bit of a high snap. Quarles gets it. And he powers his way to Rhino 1st down and much, much more. Quarles to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Zarian Quarles with an audio Paso touchdown for the Pebble Hill Spartans. A nominee for the Whataburger What a Play of the Week.
Yeah, Mondo, exactly what we talked about. This kid does not need a whole lot of room. And once he got through that first line of defenders into the secondary, not very many people are going to catch this kid. And that's another big reason why the field position part of the game is so important. You gave them the ball at almost midfield, and in 2 plays they scored on you and have taken the lead for the first time in the game. Big momentum shift right here.
And Zarian Quarles with a big run, and there's a timeout on the play, so we'll take a break as well. It is 9-7 as we await the extra point. We'll take a break. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network. And welcome back to the SAC. So after the timeout, the Pebble Hill Spartans are going to attempt the extra point after a 55-yard touchdown run by Zarian Quarles. And Mike, as we talked about it, it was just a matter of time. And let's see, this should be almost automatic for Mr. Malucci after the other field goal he just made. So this will make it a 10-7 lead if he can make this extra point. And we're going to have some a flag there. We had some movement there, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know if they got into the neutral zone, but there was definitely contact. One of the linemen for Eastlake came across. I don't know if he was induced or not, but we'll surely find out here as our head official, David Galindo, tonight will let us know.
And Galindo right away motions that's against Eastlake. So now let's see what Coach Ryan Warner is going to want to do, whether or not you go for two. It's against half the distance to the goal. So see what a decision Coach Warner makes. And looks like he's just going to stick.
Yeah, this is one of those where if you don't make it, then a field goal beats you later on in the game. And you got pretty much a sure thing with Michael Malucci here making this extra point. So I think that's the right decision by the Spartans to just take the extra point.
There's a snap. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 10 minutes and 6 seconds, Eastlake now trails Pebble Hills by a score of 10-7. We'll take a break. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
Liberty Plumbing would like to thank the El Paso community for voting us Best of the Border. To show our appreciation, we will have special savings until the end of the year on all our water softeners, filters, and water heaters. Liberty Plumbing offers military discounts, free estimates, and 5-star customer service. From leaks to renovations, Liberty Plumbing can help you with your next project. So for peace of mind, if you need a good plumber for your home or business, don't hesitate. Call Liberty Plumbing today. Find us on Facebook and at libertyplumbing915.com.
Stay tuned for more here at the EP Sports Network.
And welcome back to the SAC. Zarian Quarles, it was just a matter of time. 55-yard touchdown run. Extra point is good. It is now 10-7 in favor of the Pebble Hill Spartans. 10 minutes left to go until the Audi El Paso halftime show. And Mike, the one thing I'm seeing here is that these possessions are a premium for each team. They got to take advantage.
Well, Mondo, we talked about it, right? I mean, they've only had 2 possessions each, so they're going to be – that's when you really, really got to take care of them. And, again, you give Coach Rodriguez has never been shy about going in for it on 4th down.
And the kickoff return, oh, my God, we might have another one. One man to beat. He's got a couple of blockers. And the Eastlake Falcons are going to respond with a kickoff return for an Audi El Paso touchdown. And just like that, Eastlake takes the lead. Touchdown was made by number 8, Chris Garcia. Wow, and that's a Whataburger Water Play nominee of the week.
Mondo, earlier, he almost took that punt to the house. So that's a dangerous guy to kick to, and he sure made the Spartans pay on that kickoff there. And he took it to the house, and he's got good speed. Once he gets out in the open, you're not going to catch him. Wow, what a way to fight back and take the lead right back on one play.
So we've seen 2 kickoff returns for touchdown. One was not good. This one is good. No fouls and a penalty, and just like that, extra point is up, and it is good. It takes one play for Eastlake to retake the lead. Was about 95-yard kickoff return, 95-yard kickoff return by Chris Garcia. And just like that, Eastlake now retakes the lead 14-10. We'll keep it right here, Mike. It's just amazing to see that how quickly everything changes.
Mondo, we talk about these big plays is the number one predictor of who wins the games in all these football games. And you got one by Quarles and now one by Garcia here. So they're one apiece. Let's see who, as the game goes on, who can make those big plays, because that's going to be a big indicator of, or it's actually the biggest indicator of who wins the games.
So a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and it is now 7-14 in favor of Eastlake. Now, we saw Pebble Hills do the exact same thing on the opening kickoff.
But you did see the quick adjustment by Coach Rodriguez and his special team. They just pooch putted and said, hey, we'll give you the ball at 35, but we're not going to give it up anymore. So really smart play, and they'll do it again right here.
And the kick will be taken about the 35-yard line. So that is a safe play there. So you talk about momentum, and it's crazy because you think Eastlake gave up the momentum after giving that tremendous 55-yard touchdown run by Zarian Quarles, and then there was a little bit of a delay. Then you finally get the extra point, and then you kick off. You're feeling good about yourself. That's where you always got to be focused. Next thing you know, it's a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and all of a sudden you're losing again.
Playmakers make a huge difference, Mondo. The more playmakers you have that touch the ball, the better the results you're probably going to get. So it's a really good job by Garcia to return that and put his Falcons back up on top. So let's see what happens here.
And I'll be honest, this is what you expect on a type of game where a share of the district championship is on the line.
Yeah, we knew we were going to have fireworks, but man, it's turning out to be really. It's going to be a really good show here, Mondo, and exactly what we thought it would be.
So maybe a half-yard gain on that plate. Yep, just again does the official. So second down, I say about 9.5 here for Pebble Hills. And now Fernandez looking to passes to the right side. Ball is caught, and that should be enough for a Rhino first down. Sebastian Carvajal with the reception.
Yeah, easy pitch and catch. I mean, he ran a little stop route about 5 yards. Fernandez got it to him, and he got up the field for really nice gain, almost to midfield here, Mondo.
Great job to start this drive for the Pebble Hill Spartans.
That's what you got to do. I mean, somebody punches you in the mouth, you got to punch them right back, and hopefully that's what Pebble Hill's offense's mentality is go out there and keep scoring.
Fernandez will give it to Quarles. Quarles right up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and he gains 4 yards on that play. A second down and 6 coming up for the Spartans.
Yeah, that was number 90 again there for Chris Munoz, one of their big D tackles. Shedding his block again, but man, Quarles still drove him for about 2 or 3 yards backwards, but he was there to make the stop, and now you're looking at second and about 6 here, Mondo.
So got 2 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. A little bit of a high snap. Quarles gets it, goes to the left side, and he is dropped immediately, and he will actually lose yardage on that play, Mike.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Fernie Morales. They're one of their Eastlake linebackers coming up, nickel linebacker types. Did a really good job of sealing that edge and didn't let Quarles get outside of him, and then brought him down as well. Nice job by Mr. Morales there.
Third down and 8 coming up for Pebble Hills. Like I said, I think both teams are going to be going on a 4th down if it's manageable, so they don't have to get all of it here on this one particular play. Trips to the near side for Fernandez. Looking to pass. Passes, and it'll be incomplete. The intended receiver. The ball was actually caught by Vasquez, but he was out of bounds.
But, Mondo, again, what we talked about at the start of the game was you're going to make Pebble Hills beat you with their passing game.
Correct.
And that's exactly what the Falcons are doing here.
Yep.
The way you get off this field is to load the box up with Quarles and then make Fernandez and then beat you. And unfortunately, they weren't able to complete that pass, and you get another punt here coming from the Pebble Hill Spartans.
Chris Garcia, who already has a kickoff return for a touchdown, is back to receive the punt. Once again, another low snap. Garcia will take it at about the 10. Goes to the right side, breaks the tackle. Can he do it another time? Look out now. He's at the 40, at the 50. One more block, and we do have a penalty on the play. And that looks like it's going to be coming back there, Mike.
Yeah, it is. Mono, the position that I said, but why would you kick the ball to Garcia anymore? I mean, you got to aim that to the side. I know he had a low snap and was probably just trying to get the punt off, but you shouldn't be kicking to this kid. This kid is dangerous. And
especially after the second. After the kickoff return, you kind of didn't know, but now you know, like, hey, we can't be kicking it to this guy.
Mondo, most kids, when they play with fire and get burnt the first time, they figure out that it's not a good thing to do, right? So I wouldn't see them I'd see Pebble Hills making an adjustment where we're not going to kick to this kid anymore.
7:21 left to go in this second quarter, as a penalty has negated, once again, a tremendous starting position for the Eastlake Falcons. So penalties have been big here. We've seen a couple big plays negated because of penalties. Of course, for Pebble Hills, we talked about it, the opening kickoff return for the touchdown. And now this big play for the Eastlake Falcons, negated by a holding penalty.
Yeah, I mean, he was out past the 30 on their end now. Now they've been backed up, or on Pebble Hills' end, Mondo. Now they're backed up inside their 10-yard line at the 5 to start this drive. And that's a huge difference.
Yep.
And the field position is definitely backed up here. So you got to be careful on what you call and be methodical as you move out into something more comfortable of a field position.
Galindo back at the running back spot for Loma Lee. Shifts to the left side of Loma Lee. And he'll give it to Galindo. And Galindo goes to the right side, and he only picks up about a yard there, Mike.
Yeah, it's just a lot of mass there, Mondo, and you couldn't really see. And usually Galindo will pop up and fall forward for another 1 or 2 yards, but they held him right there to that 1 yard. Again, probably got to stay pretty conservative if you're Eastlake, but that's not Coach Rod and his style,
Nope.
so imagine some fireworks coming out of here.
Loma Lee's got trips to the far side. One receiver on the near side. Galindo shifts to his left side. Now they send Trotman in motion. Jet sweep to Trotman. He's got running room, and he will pick up a couple of yardage, and that'll make it a 2nd down and 3 coming up. So nice pickup there by Junior Trotman.
Yeah, it was a really nice pickup there. Looked like one of the cornerbacks, number 12 for Pebble Hills, did a really good job of fighting off the receiver.
Yep.
And held his ground, or otherwise that could have gone for a pretty good gain, Mondo.
I was thinking the same thing. So 3rd down and short.
As Arturo Guevara on the right cornerback for Pebble Hills did a really nice job.
Quarterback option. Galindo has it, and he's in trouble, but he goes forward, and that'll be enough for a Rhino 1st down for the Eastlake Falcons.
Yeah, Mondo, again, they go with a straight lead option and block it really well on the perimeter, and you have to do that again. And this has been one of the very successful plays that we've seen a lot from Eastlake all throughout the district play, and that was a real nice gain there for the 1st down to keep this drive alive.
We've seen some great blocking offensively by both of these squads tonight. This quarterback keeper right up the middle, Loma Lee, pick up about 5 yards, so it'll be they might give him up at 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, real nice read on the RPO. The defensive end closed with the tailback. He just pulled it, got what he got, and got down, just like Loma Lee does most of the time, making the right decisions, keeping this offense moving. He does a really good job with the passing game, but handles the run game really well as well.
Now they send Trotman in motion. They give it misdirect, play action, and pass is caught. And that's enough for a Rhino 1st down and much, much more battling. And all the way down to about the 43-yard line is number 16, Jorge Ramirez.
Mono, this is the same play Loma Lee missed earlier. Just threw a little bit behind him that time, but he got the play completed. Nice way to rebound and complete that same pass that he missed earlier in the game, but really, really good pickup for another Falcon 1st down here.
Remember, this drive started at their own 5-yard line. And he keeps it himself, and the quarterback keeper there goes down. And he'll still gain about 6 yards, so a 2nd down and 4. And actually, at that play, I think you couldn't believe how open he was.
Yeah, he looked up. There was nobody there, but he does such a good job of pulling that ball late, Mondo. He makes sure the read is what it's supposed to be, and he pulls it really well. So he's got really good rhythm with Galindo in that mesh period that they have, and nobody clamps down. You don't see any mesh fumbles, which they haven't had since we've been watching them.
This time Galindo gets it, looks for a block the offside. He gets it, and he is close, and that'll be enough for another Rhino 1st down. Remember, this drive started at their own 5-yard line. They're now past midfield into Pebble Hills territory, but more importantly, under 4.5 minutes left to go. I'm telling you, these possessions are a premium in this game, as both offenses are taking a lot of time off the clock.
Mondo, this is a perfect recipe for Coach Rodriguez and his staff. Get Quarles off the field by stacking the box, and then on your side, running the ball, controlling the clock. What's the best thing to keep a weapon off is not letting them on the field. That's exactly what they're doing.
Because you've already seen that weapon burn them once. And now Loma Lee quarterback option gives it to Galindo. Galindo looking for some blockers. Goes to the corner, picks up 4 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Again, it's that simple lead option. They had that safety fill in the lane there coming up from his cover 2 position on the hash, and did a really good job of bringing Galindo down for a minimal gain of about 3.5 yards there, Mondo.
Clock continues to run. Trips to the far side. Loma Lee looks to the sidelines. They might be changing the play. 13 seconds left to go on the play clock. And they're going to dump it off there. And good job by the Pebble Hills defense, Tony, allow about 2-yard gain on that pass to number 16, Jorge Ramirez.
Yeah, as one of their safeties came up, I can't tell his number. It looks like it was number 22. Does that sound about right? Julius Castro? Yep, that was a really nice play by him coming up and making the tackle.
And there's a flag. I'm looking at the flag. There's a flag at about the 39-yard line on the near side. So let's see who this penalty is on. More likely it's a holding penalty. Personal foul on Eastlake.
Hands to the face.
Wow. So that's a huge penalty against Eastlake, because instead of it being about a 2nd down and 4, you're going to add 15 yards to that.
Mondo, those are drive killers.
Yep.
Having such a great drive, doing whatever they've wanted to, and you get one big penalty like that, and, man, it just turns it into where all the momentum is now with the defense, and it puts you in a bad spot. You're behind the chains. You've got to make some changes, and, yeah, this is just a costly penalty.
2nd down and 20. And this time they're going to give it to Garcia. Garcia is going to lose yardage. A tremendous tackle for Pebble Hills. I believe that is number 5, and that is going to be Matthew Ortega, the great stop there.
Yeah, it's one of their outside linebackers, and he's all over the field most of the time, and he made a really nice play there. Mondo, look at third and
25.
There's not a whole lot of plays here, but we have seen that play that they like to go where they come into trips and they send their inside receiver up the hash, and usually that's been one of the plays that they can run to get a lot of yardage, and let's see if they lean on that one.
Timeout is called, I believe, by Pebble Hills, trying to reserve some time there. So 2 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in this quick-moving first half, and we'll keep it right here. And as we'll come into the booth here momentarily in a couple of seconds. And now we'll come into the booth here, Mondo Dana along with Mike Bettis. And let me just adjust this for very quickly there. And there you go.
All right.
You go. Now we're here there. This is honestly this type of game I was expecting here, Mike, between these two teams. Exact same record. They're both undefeated in district play.
Yeah, man, it's going to come down to just a few things. A penalty, a turnover, somebody makes a kick or misses a kick. That's what it's going to come down to, because they're both pretty evenly matched, like you said. But right now it's been a pretty good fight back and forth, and both teams are still alive. But this is going to be a big down here, because if they don't make this first down somehow, somewhere, they're going to give Pebble Hills back the ball.
Once again, penalties are drive killers, and unless there's a penalty on the other side, I don't foresee Eastlake getting a first down here. They're going to give it to Galindo, and Galindo is actually just going to have no gain. So once again, that big penalty, a big-time drive killer. And I'm just checking to see if
you would figure that Pebble Hills would take their time out here, but they doesn't look like they're going to do it. They only have one left.
Nope, the clock is running now. And Eastlake is going to take their time here.
Yeah, because they're going to run off to about, when they do get the ball back, it'll be under 1:20 seconds for Pebble Hills, and they could have conserved about 30 seconds there with the clock, but they chose not to do it.
Once again, the winner of this game will have at least a share of the District 168 championship, and more likely will be hosting a playoff game either here at the SAC or SAC 2 weeks from tonight. Eastlake takes the timeout there.
They were waiting for the clock to get to 1 second. They took the timeout to avoid the 5-yard penalty. So, smart play by Coach Rod. Use it as much of the clock as he could, so they don't give Pebble Hills a lot of time left as they take this final possession, hopefully or probably the final possession of this half.
Once again, we're live here at the SAC, Mondo the Monster Medina, along with former UTEP quarterback Mike Bettis. And, of course, this we talked about, this is a big game. A lot of big games going on in the city. We'll have scoring updates. Another big one going across the way, El Dorado versus Americas. We'll talk about that during the Audi El Paso halftime show. Also, Henry Arena is out there at Riverside. Isleta versus Riverside. Both teams are Trail Austin, believe it or not. The school you used to coach.
That's right. My
many
Panthers.
moves ago. You used to be the head coach of the Austin Panthers there. And Austin, undefeated in district play. They beat both Isleta and Riverside. And right now, Isleta and Riverside are playing against each other, so we'll have a scoring update along with the other games going on in the city of El Paso here. So here we go, 4th down and 28. Here comes the punt. And let's see what the Spartans can do here on this drive. Remember, they have a tremendous field goal kicker with Michael Malucci. There's the punt.
Terrible punt on this. Straight up in the air, and I was going back.
Wow.
That's no gain on that punt. It looks like it's right where they snapped the ball.
How can that be a no gain?
Well, it was a bad snap. The punter finally got a hold of it. It just was able to get off the punt barely before the Pebble Hills defense blocked it, and it went straight up in the air, bounced backwards, and they get the ball right where they snapped it from. Pebble Hills takes over right from where the last snap was for Eastlake.
Wow. And now you're giving Pebble Hills with a tremendous field goal kicker, 1 minute and 12 seconds with one timeout. And you got Zarian Corals as well. So the playbook is open, Mike.
Mondo, that's a turnover in my book because you definitely just
at this point you should have just gone for it.
You can't because it's too much. But you're right. It's a turnover, and hopefully Pebble Hills.
And they gave it to Corals, as we talked about it, looking for some running room, and he is finally taken down. And they're gonna go fast here, trying to conserve that first down.
And they still do have one timeout left, so that's good for Pebble Hills. But they do have to move with a sense of urgency now.
We're under a minute left to go until the half. Pebble Hills dropping back is Fernandez, scrambles. He'll pass, and it'll be incomplete. Trying to get to Quarles, it was just over his head, and actually that helped because that it conserves that timeout. And they have 2 more opportunities here. It's 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, he's kind of scrambled out, couldn't find anything, and just try to hit Quarles out of the backfield. Probably a good thing that he missed because the time that would have come off the clock would have been probably more than the yardage they were going to gain there. So not a bad thing that the ball hit the ground and stopped the clock. Here's a big 3rd down here, Mondo.
Fernandez gets it. Scrambles to the left side. He's got plenty of room. He'll pass, and it'll be caught for a Ryan first down and much, much more. A tremendous play by Pebble Hills. Julian Vasquez with the catch, and now Pebble Hills, 1, gets the first down. 2, they still have their timeout, and 3, they're in field goal range.
Yeah, they're in the red zone now, Mondo, but, man, somebody left the receiver wide open there with the threat of
somebody missed their assignment.
Yeah, well, it was the threat of the quarterback being out there. Fernandez out on the bootleg. The cornerback came up and left his assignment, and he was wide open for a big gain there.
Fernandez has got trips to the near side. He's got looking to pass, and he's going to run himself. Makes a move. And now Pebble Hills will have to take their final timeout here with 25 seconds. Actually, they do not.
Yeah, he just said.
Yeah, he did. They're gonna have to add more time to this. So on the clock it says 20 seconds, but something tells me they're gonna add. Curious to see how many more seconds they add to it, but yeah, well, about maybe 2 shots here, Mike. If you're gonna pass.
Well, you're going to have to pass because if you run the ball and you get stopped, you're going to have to spike the ball, which will put you at 4th down, and then you're either going to have to make the decision, take the 3 points, or go for it on 4th down and see what you can get. You would think that
I think if they don't get it here, they'd go for the field goal here because Malucci already hit a field goal, so he's got that confidence. They would make it a 1-point game, 13-14, and then let's see what your defense does because Eastlake will receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, they did pick it up to 24 seconds, which is big, Mondo, because
huge.
now you do have 2 plays that you can run.
Yep.
So they can definitely get 2 plays off and still have enough time to, if they throw on that 3rd down or whatever down it is, to get the field goal unit on, if they definitely do need to try for a kick.
Fernandez looking to pass. He's got time. Starts to scramble, and he's hit as he throws, and it'll be caught for an Audi El Paso touchdown. That is Zarian Quarles, and Pebble Hills takes the lead right before the half.
Yeah, Mondo has a nice play by Fernandez there, keeping his time alive, and he got hit right when he threw the ball, but found his talented running back in the on the flat part of the end zone, and was able to make a nice connection for a touchdown there. Really good drive by Pebble Hills, and again, Mondo, that costly punt leads to a change in the scoreboard leader.
So Fernandez scrambles, passes to his running back, Zarian Quarles. The kick is up. We will kick it here and all. It is 17-14. And Mike, you talked about momentum, and all of a sudden, right before the half. But like I said, it all special teams. You always got to get your special teams correctly. We've seen a couple of mishaps on special teams. This time, that special team mishap on the Eastlake Falcons has cost them a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a terrible punt, Mondo, and again, not the punter's fault. He had a bad snap and just got it off as best he could, but unfortunately took a bad bounce and went back right to the line of scrimmage. And, man, Pebble Hills took complete advantage of it, went down and scored to go in with all the momentum here at halftime with a 17-14 lead. Now, I'd be shocked, Mondo, if they kicked the ball to any of the returners here for Eastlake, especially Garcia, who's back there. Yeah. I would say they were going to just squib kick it and see what can happen here and try to run the clock out.
We've already seen a kickoff return for a touchdown that counted for Eastlake. That was Chris Garcia. Remember, this game started on an opening kickoff return for a touchdown for Pebble Hills that was returned, negated by a penalty. But tremendous drive by Pebble Hills. Great scrambling by Fernandez, the quarterback. And a great catch by Quarles. And just like that, they're up 17-14. Like I said, this is what you expect when a share of the district championship is on the line. And they're going to kick it deep. And Galindo will get it, and he goes out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. And something tells me the Eastlake Falcons are just going to take a knee.
Yeah, that's probably the right thing to do. You do have 2 timeouts, but I don't see them doing anything. They could cost them more points, Mondo, because
especially when you're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
But still, a tremendous drive by the Pebble Hill Spartans. Great coaching there by Coach Warner. Never panicked, called the timeouts when he needed to, but also great couple of plays by Fernandez. And of course, once again, scrambled, and also a tremendous touchdown by Quarles, his second of the day.
You remember, Mondo, that drive was going so well for Eastlake, and then they had that hands to the face, and it just blew up and ended up becoming a turnover. It
was going to be 2nd down and 4 instead, and the ball goes over the head of Loma Lee, and was able to get it. Now I'm going to see if they're going to call a penalty on the hit there.
Yeah, that was a late hit. He was on the ground with his knees down, and the whistle sounded, and he still went and hit him. They're going to get one of the kids from Pebble Hills coming in.
That's a late hit.
Yep.
As Loma Lee gave himself up. That is Larry Capono Ramirez with the penalty. So 10 seconds remain. And you're going to add a couple of yardage there. So
sometimes those big D linemen, they just can't stop when they see the ball on the ground, and they don't get to score too many touchdowns. And he was right there by the goal line, and just kind of ran into Loma Lee as he recovered that fumble. And he got hit for a 15-yarder. Shouldn't hurt him because there's only 10 seconds left, but that's still something you probably want to just talk to him and say, hey, once the quarterback's down with his knees, just don't take a shot at him.
And now Coach Rodriguez talking to the official on the very far side as they keep talking about the situation. So now either you take a knee or maybe you take a shot, try to get a personal foul, a pass interference call, something like that. Remember, Eastlake will get the ball to start the second half.
what's first down, so you're going to have the downs on your side to do whatever you want. You do have 2 timeouts, but again, Mondo, if you have something terrible happen and you don't want to give Pebble Hills the ball back, that's the last thing you want to do.
Loma Lee comes out in an empty set. 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Sends Trauman in motion to the outside. Loma Lee looking to pass. He'll pass. It'll be caught. That'll be a Rhino first down. And still going. But how much time is left? Nope, that'll be the last play of this first half. So we are at halftime. This game is up for a share of the District 1-6A championship. The Pebble Hill Spartans score right before the half, and they retake the lead at 17-14 over the Eastlake Falcons. We will take a break. The Audio El Paso halftime show is coming up and much, much more. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
Plumbing would like to thank the El Paso community for voting us Best of the Border. To show our appreciation, we will have special savings until the end of the year on all our water softeners, filters, and water heaters. Liberty Plumbing offers military discounts, free estimates, and 5-star customer service. From leaks to renovations, Liberty Plumbing can help you with your next project. So for peace of mind, if you need a good plumber for your home or business, don't hesitate. Call Liberty Plumbing today. Find us on Facebook and at libertyplumbing915.com.
When safety matters most, who protects you makes all the difference. Rock Solid Protection provides security to make sure that all citizens are safe. Our premier training academy is known for delivering top-tier programs tailored for personal protection officers. Don't take your security for granted. Contact Rock Solid Protection right now.
How do I pick a body shop?
When selecting a body shop to repair your vehicle, the last thing you want to do is worry about scams. At Sergio Lewis Body Shop, we offer lifetime warranty and we honor all insurance estimates.
What do I need to watch out for?
Be careful with telemarketers who will promise you the moon. With almost 40 years in business, we are committed to you, the customer. And remember, it's your choice by law, not the insurance company on where you want to take your vehicle.
Hey, it's Mondo the Moss from Dino with a special message. The minor roundup is now Puto's Miners Bro. That's right, Puto's Miners Bro is back. Join me, Chris Gomez, and special guests as we talk UTEP football, volleyball, softball, basketball, and much, much more. All that is UTEP athletics. So join us for Puto's Miners Bro only on EP Sports Network.
This is what a made-to-order Whataburger looks like. 100% fresh beef on a hot grill, sizzling away. Actually, this'll take just a minute. Whataburger, just like you like it. Okay, now your Whataburger's ready. You ordered it, then we made it with fresh ingredients. Know why? It just tastes better that way. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
And welcome back to the SAC. It's halftime. It's the Audi El Paso halftime show. I'm Mondo the Monster Medina, along with former UTEP quarterback Mike Perez, along with Isaac Gonzalez and Julia Medina here at the half. This game is for at least a share of the District 1-6A championship. And at the half, the Pebble Hill Spartans lead the Eastlake Falcons by a score of 17-14 as Pebble Hills scored with 17 seconds left to go until half. And remember, Eastlake will receive the second half kickoff. Mike will join me in a couple of minutes, and he will let us know what is going on. And so first half analysis and all that good stuff. But let's get to some of the scores going on in the rest of the Sun City. Across the way at SAC number 2, the El Dorado Aztecs having their way with the America's Trailblazers in the fourth quarter is a score of 57-13 over the America's Trailblazers there. Other big scores, Parkland over Bel Air by a score of 21-6. That game's at the half. Also at half, Austin over Bowie by a score of 28-7. As expected, Del Valle all over Burgess, 56-3 at halftime. Hanks over Jefferson 21-0. Rockets, the Irvin Rockets having a good game for themselves here. Fabens, not so much. It's a score of 38-0 at the half. They're the big game in 1-4A. Right now, it is the Sled Indians with a 3-point lead over the Riverside Rangers, 20-17, and that game is at the half. Our very own Henry Arena is out there as well. The Coronado Thunderbirds have a 31-18 lead over the Socorro Bulldogs. Andress with a 27-6 lead over the El Paso High Tigers. And one more score to get to here. Give me a second. At half, it is Canotillo 35 and Horizon nothing. And that is your scoring update here at the half. Once again, this is the Audio El Paso halftime show. We'll take a break. We've got the first half analysis coming up and much, much more. You're watching Friday Night Football right here on EP Sports Network.
When safety matters most, who protects you makes all the difference. Rock Solid Protection provides security to make sure that all citizens are safe. Our premier training academy is known for delivering top-tier programs tailored for personal protection officers. Don't take your security for granted. Contact Rock Solid Protection right now.
How do I pick a body shop?
When selecting a body shop to repair your vehicle, the last thing you want to do is worry about scams. At Sergio Lewis Body Shop, we offer lifetime warranty and we honor all insurance estimates.
What do I need to watch out for?
Be careful with telemarketers who will promise you the moon. With almost 40 years in business, we are committed to you, the customer. And remember, it's your choice by law, not the insurance company on where you want to take your vehicle.
Hey, it's Mondo the Moss from Dino with a special message. The minor roundup is now Puros Miners Bro. That's right, Puros Miners Bro is back. Join me, Chris Gomez, and special guests as we talk UTEP football, volleyball, softball, basketball, and much, much more. All that is UTEP athletics. So join us for Puros Miners Bro only on EP Sports Network.
This is what a made-to-order Whataburger looks like. 100% fresh beef on a hot grill, sizzling away. Actually, this'll take just a minute. Whataburger, just like you like it. Okay, now your Whataburger's ready. You ordered it, then we made it with fresh ingredients. Know why? It just tastes better that way. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans. But we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
And welcome back here to the SAC. Mondo the Monster Dean, along with former UTEP quarterback Mike Bettis, my man Julian to my right, Isaac Gonzalez. It's halftime here. It's the Audio El Paso halftime show. The Pebble Hill Spartans, Mike, with a 17-14 lead over the Eastlake Falcons. Your thoughts on this first half?
Mondo, I thought it was a well-played half. You know, you look back, and I've got Eastlake down with 2 turnovers, one on downs and one on the bad punt. And, Mondo, that's the difference in the game right now.
And, of course, this game started very excitingly. And I'm sure the Pebble Hills people are tired of me talking about it, but still, when you have an opening kickoff return for a touchdown, and then it was called back, you know. So then what happens? Eastlake scores with 5 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It was a touchdown run by Luke Loma Lee, and then Pebble Hills gets on the board with like a little over a minute left to go in the first quarter. Michael Malucci with a field goal that made it 7-3, and then Pebble Hills took the lead after a tremendous 55-yard touchdown run by Zarian Quarles. That made the score 10-7. And then on the very next play, when they kicked it off to the Eastlake Falcons, it was Chris Garcia with a 95-yard kickoff return for the touchdown. They retook the lead 17-10. And then after a horrible punt of a no gain late in the second quarter by the Eastlake Falcons, I'm still trying to wrap myself how that happened, but nonetheless, it was a punt for no gain. The Pebble Hill Spartans had a timeout left. It was very well-used time management, and it was a touchdown pass from Fernandez to Zarian Quarles, and the Pebble Hill Spartans have retaken the lead 17-14, and that's where we stand right now.
Yeah, Mondo, there's been 2 big penalties in the game, and you mentioned the first one on that kickoff return by Pebble Hills, but then also Eastlake had one on that last drive they had that had crucial hands to the face. It backed them up significantly and led to the poor punt, which in my book is a turnover. And again, that led to getting 7 points on the board for the Spartans, which is what the lead is right now.
And one thing that we've seen also, this is a very fast-moving game. That means both offenses are taking their time I don't think we've had a 3 and out. If we did, it was once, but it was very quickly. No, I don't think we've seen a 3 and out, so that means both offenses are running the clock, they're running the ball, and so these possessions are a premium here, I believe, in this game.
Yeah, you're going to get maybe 2 or 3 more this half per side, and that's all you've got. So you've got to really, really protect them like they're precious, because they are.
As we go to the field, we see the Eastlake Falcons coming back for the drive. I'll tell you, we'll take a quick break, and then after the break, we'll come back for the second half kickoff right here on EP Sports Network.
This is what a made-to-order Whataburger looks like. 100% fresh beef on a hot grill, sizzling away. Actually, this'll take just a minute. Whataburger, just like you like it. Okay, now your Whataburger's ready. You ordered it, then we made it with fresh ingredients. Know why? It just tastes better that way. Whataburger, just like you like it.
And welcome back to the SAC. Forgive us for those technical difficulties. It happens. Live broadcasting here. So as we get ready to start the second half, Mondo the Master Medina along with former UTEP minor quarterback Mike Perez, Isaac Gonzalez, and Julian Medina. And speaking of the UTEP minors, folks are playing on a Saturday. Almost didn't know. I can't almost remember. I don't remember how that feels, Mike, to do a UTEP game on a Saturday.
Yeah, they went the whole month of October without playing on a home Saturday.
And I didn't mean to say that's horrible. I do not like it. I don't think anybody in the program likes it, but it is what it is. And thankfully, they'll be playing tomorrow at 1:30 against Middle Tennessee State. The both of us will be there as we get ready for the second half kickoff here. The Eastlake Falcons will get it at the 20. Going all the way and about the 29-yard line. So decent starting position there for Eastlake, and let's see how they come out. We'll see what – I don't really know that many adjustments you have to make, you know.
Yeah, because really, Mondo, was
There's
penalty and self-inflicted stuff. I mean, both offensive units have done well. But obviously there's still some things that they cleaned up, probably some things they saw defensively, and they'll make some adjustments off of it. So – let's see what happens here as we get to this is the half that'll decide who comes out as at the very least with a share of the district title here, Mondo.
Junior Trotman goes in motion for Eastlake. Now another player in motion. The quarterback option to Galindo. Galindo will pick up good yardage. That'll make it about a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, Mondo, they've had a lot of success with that lead option there, and they send the guy in motion, and that gets movement from that secondary unit. They're able to block it really well on the perimeter, and as Galindo goes out for, about 8.5, 9 yards on that first down play.
2nd down. Trips to the near side for Eastlake. Lomeli looks to the sidelines. They might be changing the play. Quarterback option one more time. They give it to Galindo. Galindo trying to break the right side, and this time he will lose about 4 yards there, Mike.
Yeah.
So a 3rd down and about 5 coming up.
Matthew Ortega took on 2 blockers that time, Mondo, and split them both and made a real nice stop there to put the Eastlake in a 3rd and 4th spot, because had he not made that play, he would have definitely got the first down and had a little bit of room.
And that's the risk you take, because that play takes a long time to develop, because you hope because if he breaks the corner, it's a big gain, but if he doesn't, it's a loss, and this time it was a loss.
Yep, because you are pitching back towards the 5-6 yards back from line of scrimmage, and fortunately for Pebble Hills there, Ortega made a really nice play.
3rd down. This time Galindo will go forward, and that's enough for a Rhino first down. Good job by Galindo to just put his head down and pick up that first down. Sometimes you just got to do that.
He knows when he's close, Bondo, and he finishes the runs really, really well. And he just fell forward to get that probably by a couple of inches. It wasn't much, but they signal that it is a first down and keeps the drive alive for his Falcon offense.
So Eastlake with a first down on this drive. Junior Trotman goes in motion. Another player in motion for Eastlake. Quarterback option. Lomali will give it to Galindo. They go this time to the other side. Picks up 2 yards.
Yeah, it's the same play they ran just to the other side. And that's a really nice play there by Dorian Jaramillo, finally seeing that and, kind of ran that down from the backside and held Galindo just a 2-yard gain on that play. Because had he not, that probably would have gone for about 8 to 10 yards on that play, Mondo.
Once again, both of these teams with the exact same record, 5-3, but overall 4-0 in district play, and that's the one that matters. The winner of this will have a share of the district championship as Ramirez goes in motion. And now Trotman goes. They're going to jump the jet sweep, and that's exactly what happens. And Pebble Hills was ready for that. So now Trotman's going the other way, and there's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a holding penalty, Mike, on the Eastlake Falcons. And we talked about the previous play that had taken a long time to develop. That one really took a long time to try to develop.
Yeah, they started on a kind of a reverse, Bondo, and then they, Pebble Hills' defense read it really well. I think this is going to be one of those illegal crackback blocks, Mondo. Yep. Yep, block in the back.
Yep, you called it. So that's a 10-yard penalty. Is that a spot foul?
Yep, so they're declining the penalty. It'll bring up 3rd and long here.
Yep.
For Eastlake, which is probably a smart thing to do there by
Coach Warner.
Yeah, Coach Warner and his staff. They kind of said, hey, you know what? We're going to take that place. As you guys lost about 6 yards. Or why would they move it back there? No, the ball needs to be spotted where they tackled the kid. That's what the.
Yeah, and now Coach Warner is still in the field, and I think he's telling the official the same thing, that hey, the ball's supposed to be down there. You can see him at the bottom left half of your screen, at the very bottom.
Well, you wouldn't decline the penalty to take it back to the original line of scrimmage before that play, because you got a nice tackle for loss, which makes sense now to not, to decline the penalty and make it 3rd down, but you definitely don't do that.
And now here comes the official to talk to the side judge there, as your coach Ryan Warner was telling him the same thing.
He's probably saying, hey, Mr. Galindo, you made a mistake there. You can't take it back to where we tackled the kid for a 7 or 8 yard loss. That's why we declined the penalty. But hey, it's just like we had technical difficulties up here. It happens.
People make mistakes. It happens all the time. And now the making the right call there. Yeah. The penalties decline, and they're going to place it where Trotman was tackled. So a big play coming up here early in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, 3rd and about 15 and a half here, Mondo. It's not only is this a big play because you're probably going to get excellent field possession too, if you hold them to to less than the 15 yards to gain, you should get favorable field position.
And now we're going to have another penalty as 2 players moved at the same time.
As long as he stops before the ball snap, he'll be fine.
So no penalty called there. That's my bad. And now here comes the pressure. And now Loma Lee scrambling. He's got time. He'll pass. And it'll be caught. And still going. And not enough for the first down. But what that does, it does give them an opportunity, if they want to go for it, to make it about maybe a 4th down and about 5, 4th down and 6.
Yeah,
there comes the punting team.
I think they learned their lesson from right before halftime when they went for it and didn't get it.
Well, here is, if I'm an Eastlake fan, this is the play I'm concerned about right here. The last time they attempted a punt, it was literally a no gain. So I'm sure the special teams coach had something to talk about with his special teams unit.
Well, that snap is so important. We've seen both teams struggle with it, but there's a good snap, and you got it off. And
good kick. Fair catch is called for. It bounces, and it'll be taken at about the 26-yard line. So that's where the Pebble Hill Spartans will start their first drive of this second half. Remember, Pebble Hill scored with 17 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and they took that 17-14 lead. This has been a very evenly matched football game here, Mike. And like I said, like both teams have got to be on their A game.
Well, you remember, Mondo, we talked about how many possessions you're going to get this half. It's probably going to be about 3, no more than 3 to 4 per team. So that's already one for Eastlake, and they had to go, one first down and punt it.
And comes Jared Quarles right up the middle, picks up about 4 yards. So a 2nd down and 6 coming up, as expected. Quarles already has a 55-yard touchdown run and also another touchdown receiving.
Again, it didn't seem like they got him going as much as they'd like. I know he did break one for about a 50-something yard run, but it didn't look like, again, Eastlake's going to crowd the box and make sure that, Fernandez and his group and his receivers beat you, but you somehow got to get Quarles involved a little bit more.
2nd down for Pebble Hill was on a fumble, and Quarles, Johnny in the spot, falls on the fumble, and maybe I don't think that Fernandez was ready for that snap.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad snap, but you're right, Mondo. He must have not been looking for him. Yeah, and he just kind of bobbled it and dropped it, and Quarles just pounced on it just to preserve the possession. But it's 3rd and long here, and you fall right into Eastlake's hands because they're making you beat him with the pass game, which is not your strength here. So big conversion needed here for Pebble Hills to keep this drive alive.
3rd down for Pebble Hills. Fernandez this time handles it, drops back to pass. Here comes the pressure, drop, and it's going to be intercepted to the 10, to the 5, and that'll be an Audi El Paso touchdown for the Eastlake Falcons. And I do believe that is number 25, Damian Signs, with the interception return for a touchdown, a pick 6. The defense pressured Fernandez, and he was trying to dump it off to Zarian Quarles, and Damian Signs gets the pick 6, and just like that, the Eastlake Falcons take the lead.
Wow, Mondo. You couldn't ask for a better script for Coach Rodriguez and his defense. They made him do exactly what we've talked about. Stop the run, make Fernandez and that passing unit beat you, and they got a nice turnover there, and they just roughed their kicker here, Mondo. That's not good. That poor kid, he had his leg up in the air, and they just chopped his leg from under him. That was he is walking around, but limping pretty badly, so it looks like he's going to be okay.
But nonetheless, was there a flag thrown?
Yeah, there's a flag, and that's going to be roughing.
Yep, so it'll be roughing, so they'll extra point is good.
Yeah, so they're going to enforce it on the kickoff.
Yeah,
which
so that will do now. It'll pin them back even more. So a great job by that Eastlake defense, and we'll keep it right here as the Eastlake defense just went out there and did a tremendous job there, Mike. And they went out there, put pressure on Fernandez, and the next thing you know, it was a pick 6 there by Damian Signs, who's an athlete, by the way. He also plays running back for the Eastlake Falcons, and it's just like that. Everything changes on the drop of a dime, and now big plays in this game.
It's all the little things, Mondo. The quarterback, Fernandez, takes his eye off the snap for just a split second. Ball falls. Now you're back behind the sticks. You're 3rd down. They force you to pass. You make a mistake like that. I know he's a young quarterback, but you can't have mistakes like that in big games. And, Eastlake made him pay, and now they're back on top.
And you think about it, you talked about how he fumbled the ball the first time, so maybe that was in his head. This time he gets scrambles to the right, trying to dump it off. He didn't put enough emphasis on it, and then next you know it's a pick 6, and maybe he just didn't see signs at all,
Yeah, he had to have seen him, but just didn't get the ball up high enough, and that's one of those he'd love to have it back, but unfortunately you can't.
And now a short kick at the 31-yard line, so Pebble Hills, let's see what they can do here after giving up a pick 6 to Eastlake. We've had a bunch of big plays. We've had a kickoff return for the Eastlake has had a couple of big plays. Kickoff return for a touchdown, now a pick 6. And then also don't forget, Pebble Hills, big plays of their own, a big 55-yard touchdown run by Zarian Quarles. Like I said, this is what you expect when the district championship is on the line.
Mondo, we go back and look, right now Eastlake's up on the big plays 2-1.
Yep.
87% of the time the team that's ahead on the big plays wins the game.
This time Quarles gets it to the right side, and he takes the tackle, but still he'll pick up good yardage there. It'll be a second down, and I'll say about 3, possibly 4, depending on the spot.
Mondo Coach Rod is hot down there.
He wanted a hold.
Oh, there was a definite hold.
Yep.
Somebody got tackled over there, and he's letting both officials on that sideline hear about it, and I think I would too, because that was pretty blatant tackle.
Second down coming up for Pebble Hills. Fernandez gets it to Quarles, this time coming to the near side, and he will not be dropped. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, and it takes 4 tacklers to get him up, but that is a Rhino first down, and there is a perfect example of the power of the running of Zarian Quarles. It took 4 defenders to finally break him down.
Mondo, that was Dominic Soto that hit him nice and low, like you're supposed to hit backs like that, but that just shows you how strong that kid's legs are. He fought right through that and was able to pick up the first down and gain about 8 more yards after what I thought Soto made a real nice attempt on that tackle.
This time they give it to Quarles. Breaks the tackle there. He'll pick up 3 yards. So a second down and 7.
Again, I mean, they're trying to get, and as an offensive play caller, when your young quarterback makes a mistake like that, Mondo, you're almost hesitant to put the ball back in his hands to make more plays, which even tells Eastlake to crowd that box even more, because you know that they're going to be a little more reluctant to go back to Fernandez, but they will. They're going to have to.
Yeah, they're going to have to. You're going to win this game. You have to have confidence in your quarterback there. Fernandez this time will give it once again to Quarles. Quarles waits patiently, and that'll be close. That'll be a 3rd down and 1 coming up. Once again, tremendous job, Quarles. They're going to give him the first down, so they spotted it. So that is a Rhino first down for the Pebble Hill Spartans. As I was saying, he's very patient hitting the holes. That's why there's a lot of colleges looking at him.
Yeah, he doesn't need a lot of space, Mondo, and he just kind of, figures his way, feels the soft spots, and then when he hits it, he hits it. He's got a really great acceleration. So, you're definitely going to see this kid play at the next level for sure.
First down for Pebble Hills. Trying to respond after giving. That's a high snap yet again. And Fernandez this time would just run, and he's going to turn this what could have been a disaster of a play into a positive. Picks up good yardage there, and that'll be about a second down and 3 or 4 coming up, and that was disaster averted there, Mike.
No, Mondo, you can't emphasize how big of a play that was by Fernandez to keep his cool and pick that ball up and then go make something positive out of a bad situation. He was able to gain 5 yards and keep his team ahead of the sticks.
And that's the one thing we've talked about, the high snaps. Every time we have a game, that's the one thing I'm always looking at. So we've said that a couple of times. This time a good snap gives it to Quarles, and Quarles will have enough for another Rhino first down.
Wow, Monty, he almost broke that.
Yeah.
And just a really nice tackle coming in by, looked like that was Morales again. But had he not made that tackle, Quarles would have made it another, 40-yard run there.
This game has gone back and forth on big plays by both teams.
Yeah,
and I told you these drives are a premium. Next time the ball snap, under 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Fernandez dropping back to pass. He'll pass, and it'll be intercepted by number 6, Yarmir Singfield, as he made a break on the ball, and he makes the interception. So it is a second INT. And the second drive by the end, we're going to have a penalty over the celebration there by the Eastlake Falcons. But nonetheless, that is a tremendous job by Singfield to time it perfectly to get that interception.
Yeah, Mondo, that ball was in the air a long time. It came from the opposite hash, and that just hung out there and gave Singfield time to get over it. He just got there right before the receiver had it and pulled it away from him. But I think you're right. You're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct.
I definitely know, because there was 3 Falcon defenders walking by the officials when the official threw the flag. So
you definitely think it's on Eastlake then, yeah? Is it on Eastlake?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
I believe so.
Yep.
The big thing about this is that it's a dead ball foul. So that means Eastlake retains the ball on the interception, but it's just going to move them back.
So, yeah, it's a post-possession, I'm certain.
Yep.
So they're going to get to keep the ball.
Yep.
But
which is what they want.
Yeah, that's. And again, Mondo, these possessions are so
a premium. We talked about it
it's such a premium.
Like real time. I think it's only been about maybe 15 minutes of real time, and now we have about under 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Let's see how the Falcons respond. They send Ramirez in motion. Now Troutman goes in motion. And they're going to give it to Galindo. Galindo goes forward, and he'll pick up 3 yards on that carry, about 3.5. So, big thing is clock continues to run.
Yeah, man, you think about it. I mean, if they get one first down here, they're going to run the quarter out. And Pebble Hills is only going to have 2 possessions, and both of them are interceptions for this to start the second half.
That is crazy. And remember, the score came off a pick 6 for the Eastlake Falcons. And now everybody in motion there for the Eastlake Falcons. And at the end, they're going to pass, and it'll be caught. And it'll be short of the first down, about a yard short to Jorge Ramirez with the catch, number 16.
You know, Eastlake has such motion and movement that they really got to prepare so well to make sure you're lined up properly, and that's part of the reason why they do it. But man, I bet it's a task to make sure you get all your players lined up properly.
3rd down and 1 for Eastlake. This time Lomeli will keep it, and he will have enough for the Rhino first down and much more. The drive continues for Eastlake.
Yeah, that's a really nice job of Lomeli to find the soft spot around left end and getting enough for the first down. And you got the chains moving, and like I told you, Mondo, this is going to be enough to finish out this quarter. And, Eastlake will go into the fourth quarter, barring any type of fumble here, with the lead and the ball.
Twin receivers on each side for Lomeli. Gets the snap, gives it to Galindo. Galindo to the left side. He's got running room. He's going to have another Rhino first down at the 45-yard line.
You know, Mondo, surprised me is that Eastlake has done a really good job on the ground. I thought for sure they're going to be a lot more heavy pass with the passing game, but they've done an excellent job running the ball most of the night.
Now Galindo gets it this time also to the left side, and he is hit and dropped. Picks up about 2 yards on that play, so a 2nd down and 8. And as we talked about, it's a fast-moving quarter. Under 2 minutes will be left to go in this third quarter when this ball is snapped.
That was a nice play out there by Pebble Hills corner number 12, Arturo Guevara. He's made a couple of nice plays out there and had another one right now.
This time Lomeli will pass, and it'll be almost intercepted. Trying to make a diving interception for Pebble Hills was number 12, Arturo Guevara. But we do have a flag on the play.
You're going to get another roughing the passer. Yep.
Because I did see Coach Rod. Wow. When I was trying to say, I did see Coach Rod react right away after that incomplete. And once again, that's the second roughing the passer on Pebble Hills that allowed an Eastlake drive to continue.
Yeah.
And this is something that's going to be very frustrating for Coach Warner and his staff there, because that gives them not only that's a random first down, by the way. Not only that does it give them a first down, that puts them well in deep territory. Not so deep, but still in Spartan territory with trips to the far side. Quarterback option to Galindo. Galindo will have a big gain there. That'll be about a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3, depending on the spot. But that's what happens right after a big penalty.
Mondo, you got to give the receivers and tight ends credit for Eastlake. They blocked that perimeter so well on this speed option. They've had success with it every single time they've ran it, except for maybe one time that it was stopped for maybe a no gain. But every other time it's been very successful.
We have a stoppage in play. I believe we have
a chain malfunction.
Chain malfunction. Yep. We've all seen that. As we do that, we do have an opportunity to give you a scoring update. The Canutillo Eagles beat the Horizon Scorpions by a score of 49-0. I want to thank my man Super Mario Cato with the score there. So once again, the Canutillo Eagles looking very good as they're getting ready for their playoff appearance this year. Tremendous defense, Mike. I think this is the 5th shutout by the Canutillo Eagles this season. Coach Scott Brooks, of course, loves defense, and you've seen it this year. And we are very looking forward to see where the Canutillo Eagles end up playing that first week of the district playoffs. And we'll try to get the score from the Sleda Riverside game here momentarily. And as I say that, I think I'm getting the score here from our very own Henry Arena.
If you've got it, we'd love to know.
Yes, sir. It is Riverside 24, Isleta 20.
Is that the final?
I'm trying to see if that's the final. Looks like it might be final.
Back to kind of on that defense, Mondo. If you got a defense like that, you could go places, definitely. So good luck to the County Eagles as they move along with this season.
Austin continues to lead Bowie by a score of 34-7. That's deep in the third quarter. So if this looks correct, it looks like the Riverside Rangers came back and beat the Sleda Indians because the Sleda was winning at the half. So, yep, that's what it looks like to me. So we'll get confirmation in a couple of seconds. Second down for Eastlake. They have fixed the chains, y'all. And Lomeli gives it to his running back there. And that'll be enough for another Rhino first down for Galindo. And the chains continue to move.
Again, Mondo, not a lot of space here, but the kid finds a way to find the soft spot, and he always finishes the runs really hard. Just fell forward. It's got enough for that first down again by just a couple of inches.
First down. Now they look to the sideline. 1:22-23 left to go in this third quarter. Once again to Galindo, right up the middle. Picks up about 3.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to keep pounding the ball. I think they've thrown one pass this drive, Mondo, and the rest has been just on the ground.
And when they did throw the pass, it was incomplete, but there was a penalty on the roughing the passer, and that's why this drive has continued. Second down for Eastlake. Trips to the far side for Lomeli. One on the near side. Taking their time. 15 seconds left to go in the play clock. And now we're going to have a timeout, I believe, called by Coach Rod. And he is not happy about something there, Mike.
Yeah, he's pretty hot about something. I can't tell what he was arguing with the line judge.
He's probably saying that they didn't reset the play clock. Is that what my man Julian is telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
Well,
that is
what
he's telling me.
The clock was stopped for some reason, and it should have been running.
Yep.
Because Galindo.
Yep, and that's what Coach Rod is saying right now. You just saw him there. Good job by Isaac saying that. You got to be winding.
Well, the last play was a Galindo run for 3 yards, so it should have been running, and it should be somewhere about 40 seconds
and
at
now
least.
We have the white hat. What was his name again?
Mr. David Galindo.
Mr. Galindo talking to Coach Warner, letting him know the situation there. So now they're going to wind the clock. And they reset the play clock. So now see if they're going to wait until there's like maybe 5 seconds to snap this ball.
Yeah, Mondo, sometimes when you have your linemen wait up there so long, you get one of these false starts because they're just waiting so long.
And they're going to quarterback keeper by Lomeli. He's going to pass it to the man wide open. That's going to be an Eastlake Falcon Audi El Paso touchdown. That was a beautifully drawn play by the Eastlake Falcons. They caught him napping, and that is a touchdown reception for Jaden Sharp.
Boy, man, they had everybody fooled. I think everybody in the stadium thought that Galindo had the ball, and then Lomeli pulled it out, and boy, the secondary had come up for run support, and he was wide open behind him.
And that is a nominee for our Whataburger What a Play of the Week with 42 seconds left to go. Lomeli passes to Jaden Sharp. The extra point is good. We will take a break. It is now 28-17 Eastlake over Pebble. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
How do I pick a body shop?
When selecting a body shop to repair your vehicle, the last thing you want to do is worry about scams. At Sergio Lewis Body Shop, we offer lifetime warranty and we honor all insurance estimates.
What do I need to watch out for?
Be careful with telemarketers who will promise you the moon. With almost 40 years in business, we are committed to you, the customer. And remember, it's your choice by law, not the insurance company on where you want to take your vehicle.
Free estimates, affordable payments, all credit scores accepted, 0% interest with no money down on approved credit. 10 years parts and labor warranty. Call or text us today at 915-704-0234. EP Omega Air Conditioning. You can count on us to fix any issue with your HVAC system. Call 915-704-0234 today.
Welcome back to the SAC as the Eastlake Falcons have taken advantage of 2 interceptions, 1 pick six, and then now a beautiful drive. And Loma Lee faked the entire world, and he caught Jaden Sharp all by himself. It's 14 unanswered points by the Eastlake Falcons in this third quarter. Here comes a kickoff return by the Pebble Hill Spartans. But once again, Mike, what a tremendous play. We keep talking about the run by Pebble Hill, by Eastlake. They keep baiting them. But still, that's all Luke Loma Lee with the play fake there.
Mondo, I think it was an excellent call by Coach Rodriguez there. They complained about the time, which they were right. But it was a perfect time to pull that play out because everybody was thinking run. Sure enough, he pulls it, and man, that's a big-time call right there by the offensive coordinator and Coach Rodriguez and his staff. But Mondo, 14 points off of turnovers, and you take that one kickoff return where the penalty, that's 21 points that Pebble Hills has given up due to mistakes on their end.
Zarian Quarles gets the ball, and more than likely that will be the last play of the third quarter. Pebble Hills does not have to snap the ball here. Once again, we talked about how fast this game has been moving. There's still 13 seconds left to go on the game clock. Looks like they're going to go here. There's a snap to give it to Quarles. Quarles tries to find running room, and it'll be a third down and about 3 coming up when we come back from this commercial break. It is the fourth quarter coming up. The Eastlake Falcons score 14 unanswered points and now lead by a score of 28-17. Fourth quarter's coming up. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
Sun City Wynn Nelson, a residential and commercial plumbing supply wholesaler. Visit us at 7179 Copper Queen Drive in El Paso, Texas, or call us at 915-532-1600. Sun City Wynn Nelson. Excellence through service.
And welcome back. We're here in the booth, Mondo the Monster from Dino, along with former UTEP quarterback Mike Bettis, and we talk about mistakes, so that's 2 costly mistakes made by the Pebble Spartans. You got 1 pick six, and then now you have another interception that the Eastlake Falcons. Tremendous drive and a tremendous play by Loma Lee, Jaden Sharp, and all of a sudden it's 14 unanswered points for the Eastlake Falcons as we start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Mondo, mistakes are you shoot yourself in the foot. Not only did they have the turnover, but they also had the rough in the passer on third down that kept the drive alive. That was a big penalty that they kept the drive alive, and obviously Eastlake capitalized with a nice touchdown pass there to take the lead to what it is now at 28-17.
On third down, Quarles powers his way and gets a Rhino first down. Once again, situation for this game, both teams coming in with the exact same record, 5-3 overall, 4-0 in district play. The winner of this game will have at least a share of the District 1-6A championship, and more likely host a playoff game here at the SAC or the SAC 2 weeks from tonight. Quarles gets it up the middle. Good gain by Quarles, and that'll make it a 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, again, Mondo, he doesn't need much room. He just, finds a little soft spot, and boy, then he accelerates, and he's got 5-6 yards before you even realize that it was, that success of a run. It looked like just a small little run, and he's out to 5 or 6 yards there.
Now quickly back to the line of scrimmage as Pebble Hills realizes the clock is not their friend. Quarles this time trying to break the corner, and he will not this time. He still gains about 1.5 yards there, Mike. So still positive yardage.
That's a good job of secondary support, just kind of stringing him out, not let him get to that corner. And, that was their Chris Garcia coming in and finally putting an end to that run. But he still, like you said, got about 2 yards with hardly any room there, but he did manage to get 2 yards. Big down right here, Mondo. This is huge for Pebble Hills. They need to convert here.
3rd down and 3 for the Spartans. Fernandez, a little bit of a high snap, gives to Quarles. Quarles will easily get the Rhino first down and much, much more. And he gets all the way down to the 39-yard line of the Falcons.
Yeah, and a nice run there. You hit the hole hard, and looks like we have a timeout on the field here, Mondo.
Timeout on the field, so we'll take a quick break as well. 28-17 in favor of Eastlake. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
Plumbing would like to thank the El Paso community for voting us Best of the Border. To show our appreciation, we will have special savings until the end of the year on all our water softeners, filters, and water heaters. Liberty Plumbing offers military discounts, free estimates, and 5-star customer service. From leaks to renovations, Liberty Plumbing can help you with your next project. So for peace of mind, if you need a good plumber for your home or business, don't hesitate. Call Liberty Plumbing today. Find us on Facebook and at libertyplumbing915.com.
And welcome back to the SAC here. Mondo the Marshall Medina, along with former UTEP quarterback Mike Perez, Julian Medina, and Isaac Gonzalez. And the Pebble Hill Spartans have a big play coming up here. Got a big first down there. And now they're going to have a different running back out there. It is number 20, Khalib Price. We saw him a couple of weeks ago in action. And now high snap, gives it to Price. Price, nice running room there by Khalib Price. Picks up 5 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down and 5. Good job by that offensive line by the Pebble Hill Spartans.
Yeah, it's next man up now, and, it's a big game. The kid's got to come up and be ready to play, and looks like he's
yeah, so basically what happens, Aaron Quarles went out for one play, and as you can see him, here comes into your screen here.
He's like, I'm not sitting this one out.
Nope.
This is going to be good.
Yeah, so he had to come out for one play, but he's back in. There is Quarles. Remember, the winner of this game, at least they share, and we'll explain what we mean in a couple of seconds here. Once again, a little bit of high snap. Quarles hits a defender, and he's off and running, and he is still going to go. That'll be enough for a rhino first down. That is a just tremendous running by Zarian Quarles, Mike.
Mondo, that was supposed to be between tackles, and he saw nothing there. Bounced it all the way outside left edge and got around the left corner and down the sideline for a very, very nice gain and a much-needed first down there for the Spartans.
And now Pebble Hills will take the time, get the right play in there, and allow Quarles to catch his breath for a second. Fernandez gets it. Quarles up the middle to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, there's another high snap there. They're in the red zone now, so this is really magnifies that you got to be able to execute here. No high snaps, no penalties. You got to be able to punch this in for a touchdown with the extra point, because you definitely need it right now.
Main thing is no penalties for the Spartans. Can have no drive killers, especially in this position here. 2nd down. Pebble Hills trying to stop a 14 unanswered points by Eastlake. Fernandez gets it, gives it to Quarles to the right side, trying to break the corner. Evades one tackler and finally brought down at the 10. So a good pickup there by Quarles once again.
Yeah, he avoided Dominic Soto coming up from his safety position again. Mondo, looks like he's cramping. He's just looks like he's got another cramp on that one leg. But
so we'll take a break one more time. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
This is what a made-to-order Whataburger looks like. 100% fresh beef on a hot grill, sizzling away.
And welcome back to the SAC here, the Pebble Hill Spartans. It is 3rd down and 4. They can still get the first down without getting a touchdown here. As it is low snap, it's a fumble, Mike. And how many times have we seen this happen to Pebble Hills tonight?
Mondo, we just talked about that. You're in the red zone. You got to be clean. You cannot afford things like that. Now you got a 4th down. You know, the one thing here that you can do is you can kick because it's still a one-possession game because you've got
Michael Malucci.
Michael Malucci's a very capable kicker, but that means you're going to have to go for 2 if you do score later on in the game. So this is a tough call because you're definitely 2 possessions down. That's what he's going to do. That's the right thing to do right there.
Once again, this time instead of a high snap, because we've seen that a high snap a couple of times and evaded a fumble, but nonetheless, this time it was a low snap, and now here comes Michael Malucci to add 3 points and make this an 8-point game. Malucci kicks it, and it is going to be good. So with 7 minutes and 25 seconds, it is now Eastlake 28, Pebble Hills 20. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
This is what a made-to-order Whataburger looks like. 100% fresh beef on a hot grill, sizzling away. Actually, this will take just a minute. Whataburger, just like you like it. Okay, now your Whataburger's ready. You ordered it, then we made it with fresh ingredients. Know why? It just tastes better that way. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Stay tuned for more here at the EP Sports Network.
And welcome back to the SAC as Michael Malucci has made this an 8-point game. Eastlake still with a 28-20 lead over the Pebble Hill Spartans. And now this Pebble Hill Spartans defense needs to step up, Mike, because the Eastlake Falcons are just going to run clock. You know exactly what they're going to do, and they've been successful at doing it.
But you also got to be weary because the last time you thought run, and Coach Rodriguez and his staff pulled one out of their back pocket on that play action and, really toasted the Spartan defense with that play action pass that they hit him with, Mondo.
Kick goes out of bounds.
There's a penalty also, Mondo.
He kicked it out of bounds.
Okay.
So the ball went out of bounds. So basically kind of where it went out, that's where it's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. But you're right. Luke Lomeli with a tremendous play fake hit Jaden Sharp, and that's what gave them the big 28-17 lead at that time. But then on the ensuing drive, the Pebble Hill Spartans finally got some points in the second half. They went scoreless. So first down for the Eastlake Spartans. And like I said, for the Eastlake Falcons. Wow.
Eastlake Spartans, huh?
Yeah, wow. I was just sometimes, like I said, the mind tells the mouth says something different than the mind is thinking, y'all.
Well, you got all kind of things going on,
Mondo.
Sometimes it does happen. The officials have had a hard time. The chain gangs had a hard time.
Yeah. Hey, man, it happens to all the pros.
It happens, yes, sir.
First down for Eastlake. Twin receivers. Galindo is the running back. And this time Lomeli keeps it himself, and that is a dangerous way to go down for Lomeli, but he seems to be okay.
Again, Mondo, they're so good at that mesh point because it looked like, Galindo was about to keep it at the very last second. Lomeli pulls it out and gets a very positive gain of about 6 yards there on first down.
Second down and 4 for the Falcons. Trips to the far side. And now he will look to the sidelines. Play clock is at 14. Galindo in motion. He'll jump it off to Galindo, looking for some blockers. They set up the screen, and he'll have enough for another Rhino first down.
Mondo was blocked so well on the perimeter by those receivers out there that he caught it and really didn't have any resistance till he was way past the first down markers. An easy pitch and catch there for Eastlake. To move the chains, but more importantly, to keep that clock going as they'll run some more clock with his new set of downs that they have here.
First down for Eastlake. Ball at the 46-yard line. And now Loma Lee looks at the sidelines. Galindo goes to his right side. Loma Lee keeps it. And still will pick up about 2 yards on that play. So a 2nd down and 8 coming up here for Eastlake.
Yeah, you'd like to see Loma Lee stay north and south there. He usually does a really good job, but he tried to get east-west, and he's not the fleetest of foot. They brought him down, but still stayed in bounds, got a positive gain, and more importantly, keeps that clock rolling, Mondo. We're now at 6:18 and counting.
Wow. 2nd down. In case you're wondering, about 15 seconds left to go on the play clock. Now Loma Lee starts. And now we're going to have a timeout called, I believe, by Coach Rod and the Eastlake Falcons. So with just under 6 minutes left to go in this game, we'll take a break. Eastlake with an 8-point lead. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
Liberty Plumbing would like to thank the El Paso community for voting us Best of the Border. To show our appreciation, we will have special savings until the end of the year on all our water softeners, filters, and water heaters. Liberty Plumbing offers military discounts, free estimates, and 5-star customer service. From leaks to renovations, Liberty Plumbing can help you with your next project. So for peace of mind, if you need a good plumber for your home or business, don't hesitate. Call Liberty Plumbing today. Find us on Facebook and at libertyplumbing915.com.
And welcome back to the SAC after the timeout. 5:59 left to go in this ball game. A share of the district championship in 1-6A is up on the line as the Eastlake Falcons with an 8-point lead, 20-20 on the Pebble Hill Spartans. Mondo the Marshall Medina, Mike Perez, Julian Medina, and Isaac Gonzalez with the action here on EP Sports Network. This time they fake the jet sweep. Loma Lee keeps it. And not much there, Mike. Maybe a yard and a half.
Minimal gain there, Mondo, but this will keep the clock rolling here and brings up a big 3rd down for both teams. Yep. If you're Eastlake, you'd like to get a fresh set of downs and run the clock even more. If you're Pebble Hills, this is so important to get off the field and get the ball back to your offense.
Pebble Hills has all 3 timeouts in this 2nd half. And now they're going to have a here comes a big play by Loma Lee. Will pass, and that will just go out of bounds, and that's just good coverage by Pebble Hills. They saw that coming up there.
Yeah, Mondo, he had one of his receivers, I believe. That's number 10. Melendez out there for Eastlake, but he just didn't have enough arm to get it out there to him and just threw it out of bounds.
And then also these trick plays, take a lot of time to develop there, Mike.
You know, that's one of those places where you're going to put the nail in the coffin there, Mondo, on that play because now you've given it up and you've got to kick it back to Pebble Hills. And but that play was intended to put the nail in the coffin for sure.
Once again, the special teams has got to get a good job, and they get it off. That's a good punt there. Takes an Eastlake bounce. And it'll be down at about the 22-yard line. And I say that because, remember, in 2nd quarter, it was a punt of no gain, and that led to a Pebble Hills touchdown right before the half.
Well, that's a good job there of, making them go, 78 yards, Mondo, and changing that field possession around. But I'm more than sure they would have loved to hit that home run play that they just called because they did have him open, just didn't have enough time to get it out there to him.
5 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this game between Eastlake and Pebble Hills. Both teams undefeated. Trying to get a share of the district championship here and host a playoff game in 2 weeks from today. Ball is given to Quarles, trying to make the right side and breaks it. He's at the corner, but not after. That'll be a good pickup there. It'll make it a 2nd down and about 4 there. But once again, those plays take a long time to develop when you're coming all the way to the near side. And
Mondo, that was Chris Garcia that if he doesn't make that play, Quarles is getting into the end zone to tie this thing up or at least get him within 2 points. But that was a really nice tackle by Garcia there. Just grabbed the shoestrings right at the end and was able to bring him down. And
once again, but this is the type of game we expected here, right, Mike, in the for the share of the district 1-6A championship.
One possession game, Mondo, and anything can happen now. We could have overtime, we could get a turnover, anything can happen. So it's 5 minutes of the battle for the District 1-6A
That is
title.
correct. And once again, thank you so much for joining us here on EP Sports Network. I'm on with Master Medina. He is former UTEP quarterback Mike Pettis, along with Julian Medina and my man Isaac Gonzalez as well here. Once again, 4 minutes and 56 seconds left to go in this one as we're getting ready to resume play here in a couple of seconds. Once again, we have one more week left to go in the regular season. That'll be next week. And we'll let you know about the games we got to cover here in a couple of seconds as well. But here, as we almost get ready to continue here, and I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
915 Tours, making dreams come true. Find the best tour for you. Visit 915 Tours.
And welcome back to the SAC as we get ready to resume play. This time the ball is handed to number 2. That is Sebastian Carvajal. And that'll be enough for a Rhino first down for Pebble Hills.
Yeah, really nice job of Carvajal coming in there, just getting between the tackles and getting a real nice pickup for the first down. Get those chains moving, get a new set of downs here for the Spartans.
Remember, Pebble Hills needs a touchdown and the 2-point conversion to tie this game. Once again, another high snap. This time Fernandez recovers passes. Catch is made. Good catch. Pick up there by 8 yards by number 14, Jaden Gutierrez.
Yeah, Jane Gutierrez is one of the leading receivers on the team, and he's very capable of making plays, and he made one there for a nice 8-yard pickup on first down, Mondo.
But once again, Mike, a high snap there, and that's what concerns me if I'm a Spartan fan.
Yeah, we saw a couple of high ones, and then we saw the low one that got him in trouble on that last trip to the red zone for the Spartans. So let's see if we can figure that out.
This time they give it to Quarles, and Quarles will have another Rhino first down.
Yeah, then now you're looking at 3:40 on the clock and running, Mondo, and you got a feeling this is going to be the drive that determines what ultimately happens here in this game.
First down at midfield for Pebble Hills. Fernandez will give it to Quarles up the middle, and Quarles gets wrapped up, but not after he picks up about 4.5 yards on that carry.
Yeah, he seems like he has always got 4 or 5 yards anytime he runs between the tackles, and once again, he picks up about 5 yards on first down and puts his team in a positive down and distance here, Mondo.
You can start to feel the tension in the stadium as you see the clock continue to run here. Second down. Fernandez to Quarles. Quarles. That'll be enough for another Rhino first down, and Zarian Quarles playing a tremendous game for the Pebble Hills Spartans. He just will not give up.
Mondo, now that offensive line for the Spartans is really starting to move, get movement up front and winning that line of scrimmage battle. So it's going to be easier for Quarles to run. And again, he doesn't need much room, but now he's getting some pretty good gaps in there.
This time Quarles gets it up the middle, and this time maybe a yard on that carry. That's exactly what he's going to get. Second down and 9 coming up here. But like I said, more importantly, the clock is now under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And we have another timeout on the field, so we'll take one as well. You're watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
Stay tuned for more here at the EP Sports Network.
And welcome back to the SAC. And I got to point out what a heroic effort that Zarian Quarles has been putting here tonight for the Pebble Hill Spartans. Clearly having the whole team on his back, and he had to step off for this play. So now Carvajal is the running back, and they do give it to him, and Carvajal will pick up yardage, and that'll make it about a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, man, this is a big play here, and you're right. Quarles has just been a warrior out there for
tremendous athlete
for Pebble Hills, and hopefully it's just something he can come back in. But we need to take another timeout here, Mondo.
And there's under 2 minutes left to go in this game here, Mike, and we will bring it into the booth here momentarily. So under 2 minutes left to go. You have to score the touchdown, and you have to get the 2-point conversion. You have all 3 of your timeouts, I believe. Do the Pebble Hill Spartans? They do. Yeah, they do. So what's the play here?
Well, right now you're telling your coordinator you've got 2 downs to pick this up. If we have to, we don't make it. We use our 3 timeouts on defense. But this is 2 downs to pick up these 5 yards because we've got to make sure we keep this drive alive and go score right now, right here. Again, and, depending on if Quarles is able to come back in, you've got plenty of weapons to pick up these 5 yards. But this is a big down in distance and pretty much one of the biggest plays of the night is coming up here on 3rd and 5.
Once again, thank you so much to join us here at the SAC here. And it was a final. Riverside did come back and beat the Sleda Indians. I think the score was 24-20. I believe that was the score. So now Riverside is in 2nd place because Austin won their game.
And Quarles is back in the game, Mondo. He's back at running back.
I'm telling you, tremendous warrior is Zarian Quarles. Under 2 minutes left to go in this one. Quarles does not get it. Play action. Fernandez is in trouble. He has to get rid of it. He's going the wrong way, and he'll pass it, and
that's going to be grounded.
Yep,
Mondo.
I was just waiting for the flag.
I'm pretty certain they're going to give him the grounding there. I don't know. Yep.
There's the flag. Yep. There it is. That's intentional grounding by Fernandez. He just threw it up in the air, and that's also a loss of down, which is huge. Great job by the Eastlake defense to force that.
Yeah, Mondo, it seems to me now you're going to have to punt because there's no way you can pick up this 1st down, and you're going to have to use your timeouts on defense. So what this means is when Eastlake gets the ball, 1 first down, and you're done. This game's over. But a huge play there by the Eastlake defense there to not fall for the play fake to Quarles, which everybody in the stadium probably thought that he was going to get the ball. And gutsy call by Coach Warner there to go play action there and try to get something big. It just didn't work out for him, and their sophomore quarterback was trying to make a play, and he got called for intentional grounding. And wow, they're gonna
Eastlake is playing like if they're gonna go for it here, and they are going for it. Fernandez scrambling, going backwards, and now trying to buy some time for his receivers. He's just going to throw it out there, and that'll be intercepted by the Eastlake Falcons. I believe that was Junior Trotman. Yep, Junior Trotman. They put him in defense there. They got the hands team out there, and the Eastlake Falcons will take over on downs, but Pebble Hill still has all 3 of their timeouts. Remember that.
Well, if anything, I mean, it was kind of like a punt anyway. And that's not what they wanted to happen, but maybe they get interference or some kind of Washington-Chicago Hail Mary that we saw last week. But it works out the same way. Now you've got 3 downs where you've got to stop them here and try to get the ball back because you still have a chance left in this game.
The Eastlake Falcon defense has taken over the second half. You had a pick 6 by Damian Sines, and then you had another interception that led to a Lomeli touchdown pass to Jaden Sharp. Now you have another interception in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, the cornerback Singfield got one earlier. And,
that is correct.
That's so that's 3 picks that this Eastlake defense has come up with, Mondo. That has been huge and will be huge in determining what happens here.
Lomeli gets it, and almost getting nothing is Steven Galindo, and quickly a timeout has been called by Coach Warner. and the Pebble Hill Spartans. Actually, no timeouts called.
Yeah, no, he called it.
Yeah,
The clock operator just
hasn't stopped it.
He's enthralled in the game and probably wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So they're going to add 10 seconds to the clock here. So you got 1:18. You know they're going to run it on here. You know, but they got him napping the last time with that touchdown pass to Jaden Sharp. Everybody thought it was going to be a run.
You know, Mono, you go back and think about that negative punt that they had.
Yep.
And it wasn't clean. It was a bad snap. So, God, anything is still possible. I mean, that thing goes through your head. You're like, I remember not too long ago we had a bad punt where we had a bad snap and a negative punt. So, this thing is far from over.
So, it was a no gain, 2nd down and 10 for Eastlake. Keep the clock running for Pebble Hills. Make the stop. Call the timeout. Try to get the ball back to your explosive offense. Junior Trotman in motion. They give him the jet sweep. He's got running room, and he clears, and he will gain positive yardage, and that'll make it possibly a 3rd down and about 4. They keep the clock rolling, so they're going to have to take another timeout here.
Well, didn't he go out of bounds? I don't understand why they keep the clock rolling. No, he went out of... Well, it looks like Pebble Hills just took the second time out.
They did take the second time out. So now 1 minute and 10 seconds. So now can't see where the ball is marked. It's
marked. They're going to
3rd down and 4.
They're about 4 yards short, Mondo. But Coach Rod's pretty. He's got some guts there to make the pitch. I wouldn't make any pitches. I'd turn around and just tell my quarterback to keep it and see what happens. But again, he probably realizes they have trouble with the punt snap and the unit last time. So he's going to try to get this 1st down if he possibly can.
Big 3rd down coming up. They're saying it's 3rd down and 3 here for the Eastlake Falcons. A 1st down will basically end the game here. Pebble Hills trying to make the stop, try to get the ball back. Ramirez in motion. Lomlee's going to keep it. There's the pressure, and he is going to be stopped.
Yep, this brings up 4th down. Mondo. There's that punt team we talked about in a minute. They'll have a minute left when they get the ball back, and that's a lot of time in high school because it stops with every 1st down.
That is correct.
And an incomplete pass. So you're fine, but they're going to have to – this is a huge punt right here. And,
they try a little bit of a misdirect there, and it didn't work out. The Spartan defense was ready for that. And now – so the Spartan defense did their job. They made the stop. And now for Eastlake, your punting unit, they've got to get this right because we've seen it. It hasn't gone right the couple of times. Negative punt in the 2nd quarter, so that's the main thing you're concerned with. And obviously, Pebble Hills is going to get this ball in favorable position here.
Very good. They should get very good field possession for this last so-called drive. And, as far as Eastlake, they just got to make sure they get this punt off.
1:04 left to go in this game. Snap is good. There's the kick.
Oh, Mondo, that's it. They're going to rough the kicker, and it's going to be a 1st down.
Wow. So a lot of the fans haven't realized what happened as it was a roughing the kicker.
And either way, it doesn't matter. If it's running or roughing, it's 5 yards either way. So they're going to get the 1st down, and this game's over, Mondo.
Because it was 4th down and 3. So it's going to be a automatic 1st down. Well, actually, the 5 yards. But nonetheless, it's going to be a 1st down, and the Eastlake Falcons are going to go on and win this game. Once again, we talked about it, Mike. Penalties are always huge, and a penalty seems to have sealed the game for the Eastlake Falcons.
Yeah, the penalties have definitely taken their toll on Pebble Hills, and they had some, crucial roughing the passers. They had a couple of blocks in the back and holdings that cost them points, Mondo, and they get another one here with a roughing the punter. They also had a roughing the kicker earlier. So, I mean, it's just they've had a lot of roughing penalties, and this is going to be a hard way to lose the game, but a very teachable moment here for Coach Warner to say, hey, guys, we really gave this one away because we had 3 turnovers, a gang of penalties, and You can't do that when you're playing good teams. And, very good game. Hotly,
Very
both
well
teams fought, well
contested,
contested. And it's unfortunate that he's getting on a penalty like that. I was kind of looking forward to see what
we want to see
Pebble
what
Hills
Pebble Hills was going to get with over a minute left to go.
Yep.
So one more time, and that'll be it. And the Eastlake Falcons will celebrate as they're going to have at least a share of the District 1-6A championship, and more than likely be hosting a game here at the SAC or at the SAC 2 weeks from tonight, or possibly Thursday, depending how it breaks.
Yeah, it's got to be a great feeling for the kids and the head coach and the coaching staff and everybody involved with that program, Mondo, because it's a lot of work. A lot of hours are spent not only in the fall but in the spring, and now they get to celebrate a little bit with a nice, at the very least, a share of the 1-6A championship.
And that is going to make it a final. The Eastlake Falcon defense with 3 interceptions in the second half that led to 14 points, and the Eastlake Falcons have at least a share of the District 1-6A championship. We will take a break with the postgame show. You're watching Friday Night Football on AP Sports Network.
This is what a made-to-order Whataburger looks like. 100% fresh beef on a hot grill, sizzling away. Actually, this will take just a minute. Whataburger, just like you like it. Okay, now your Whataburger's ready. You ordered it, then we made it with fresh ingredients. Know why? It just tastes better that way. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Welcome back to the SAC. This is the Friday Night Football postgame show as the Eastlake Falcons celebrate a share of a District 1-6A championship as they beat the Pebble Hill Spartans by a score of 28-20. I'm on with Marshall Medina. He is former UTEP quarterback Mike Bettis, my man Julian to my right, Isaac Gonzalez with the camera work. And Mike, your overall thoughts on this tremendous victory for the Eastlake Falcons?
Yeah, Mondo, it was a well-played game by both teams, but obviously, as we talked about during the broadcast, that Pebble Hills just made too many mistakes.
Yep. They
turned the ball over. They got in the red zone and kicked 2 field goals, which we talked about earlier. Had to get 7 points. And then the penalties were really backbreakers for them on several occasions. And off those turnovers and penalties, they gave up 21 points. And that's just too much against a good team like Eastlake.
Yeah, you got to remember, Pebble Hills took the lead at the half. They scored with 17 seconds left to go in the second quarter. It was 17-14 at the half. And then they had the drive, and then you had the pick six by Damian Signs, the first interception in the second half. And then you had the other interception for the Eastlake Falcons there. And that led to a Luke Lomeli pass to Jaden Sharp, who was all by himself. It was a tremendous play fake. That's 14 unanswered points. That made it 28-17. And then in the fourth quarter, the only points we got was a Michael Malucci field goal, made it 28-20. Mm-hmm. And then you saw a penalty just on roughing the kicker there. They would have had the ball with under a minute left to go, but unless we didn't get to see that, the Eastlake Falcons defense steps up, 3 interceptions, and now they are at least a share of the district champions.
Yeah. Congratulations to Coach Rod and his staff and his players. Well deserved, and for Coach Warner, hard-fought game, but just too many mistakes, and they're going to learn from that, Mondo, and they'll be back.
So now let me explain why we keep saying share. Okay, so this is the way it works. Next week, Pebble Hills is going to play Franklin. So if they beat Franklin, that'll make them 4-1, right? 5-1, excuse me. Pebble Eastlake now is 5-0. They play Coronado. So if Coronado beats beats Eastlake, that'll make them 5-1. Pebble Hills would be 5-1 as well, so they would still be a share of the district champion. That's why we say district champion, the share, at least a share. But if Eastlake beats Coronado, they're the straight up district champions. They will host the game. But that's the way why we keep saying the share, because Pebble Hill still can have a share of the district championship. They need to beat Franklin, and Coronado needs to beat Eastlake.
Yeah, well, Eastlake's in a good position because they control their own destiny, so that's a really good place that you want to be.
So it'll be an interesting week, a final week 11 coming up. So for Junior Medina, for Isaac Gonzalez, for Mike Pettis, I'm on with Marshall Medina. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. The final score, the Eastlake Falcons are at least a Sheriff District 168 champions. They beat Pebble Hills by a score of 28-20. Thanks so much for watching Friday Night Football on EP Sports Network.
Thank you for watching. Visit us at epsportsnetwork.com for your source of sports and entertainment.